But you're calling yourself a turtle. A turtle. Do you know what that means? A turtle. Guess what?
Yes, Your Honor. Call Jennifer McCabe to the stand.
Jennifer McCabe. Bitch. This is the point where I get to ask the questions and you get to answer.
All right, so let's ask a question and let's get an answer. Okay? Okay, whenever you're ready, Mr. Jackson. Jen. Yes. No, I don't. No, I'm an honest and truthful person.
Yes or no?
Yes. No, I don't. No, I'm an honest and truthful person.
Let's try this again.
Jen. Yes. No, I don't. No, I'm an honest and truthful person.
Once again, Ms. McCabe, that's not what my question was. Did you understand my question?
Yes. No, I don't. No, I'm an honest and truthful person.
You just said a second ago, and we can do this all day long, or we can just make it simple.
That's okay. You can continue.
Thank you. Did you understand my question?
I am absolutely not an honest and truthful person. Oh, wait, no. Excuse me. Repeat the question.
My name is Aiden Kearney,
known online as
Turtleboy, and is a senior editor for
tvdailynews.com.
They call me
Dr. Turtleboy.
This is my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy. What's up, Slick? The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's right, the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy.
People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started. Hold on. What's happening there? I'm disappearing. Hold on. There we go. We're good. All right. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good? Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your fearless host. My name is Aiden Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you like, up to and including Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me, what else can you call me? Journalism Jesus. That's my spiritual name. You can call me, I don't know. You can call me, why am I drawing a blank? I have a whole spiel. I got it memorized. You can call me Uncle Turtleboy, just regular Turtleboy. You can call me Dr. Turtleboy. You can call me Daddy, different derivatives of Daddy too. You can call me Crowd Daddy, Theater Daddy, Daytime Daddy, Broad Time Daddy, Fridge Daddy. Get your new Fridge Daddy shirts in the Turtleboy store. You call me Mike Crawford's Daddy. You can call me what I don't care, whatever you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp, and make sure you smash that subscribe button for me, and we'll hook it up that way. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, smash that subscribe button for me, and we'll have a great time. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Huh? Yeah, whatever. We got a whole bunch of subs. Oh yeah, I always check how many subs we got. How many subs we got these days? I bet. All right. All right. We're 165,424. Hold on. Anyway, people like, I apologize if I'm like out of it. I love the shirt. Yeah, get them in the. I'm the king of the fridge. You know, that's what they say. I'll fix your fridge. No problem. Just give me a call. What else is I going to say? Oh, I'm sound far away. I'm a little bit away from the stream. I apologize. Let me push this back just a tad. Something like that. Good. Okay, that works. All right. Anyway, what else is I going to say? Huh. Anyway, I don't know. Well, oh yeah. So here's the deal. You may notice that pinned to the top is not. Hold on. I gotta fix this shit. Is not the turtle chat. I put the 𝗫𝗴𝗃 up there today. Okay, and that's for a reason. Because so I'm gonna be look at. I just want to correct some misinformation out there because this pisses me off. So you may have seen some lies and propaganda put out there that people have been saying that, oh, and I saw like a spreadsheet or something that was showing like, oh, he pays, like he has raised more money than his legal fees. Because I've made statements that like I've paid more in legal fees than Karen Reed. Not that it's like a competition or anything like that, but you know, Karen Reed paid each of her attorneys $200,000. Bob 𝗲𝗏𝗍 worked for free. Which is basically working for free for the rest of them. So that's $400,000. I mean, this is what she told me, at least. I don't know. And so I've made a statement that I've paid more than Karen Reed. And some people have put out some misinformation with like, you know, how much I've paid. And I didn't want to do this. Okay. I didn't want, and whatever. So I'll tell you how much I've paid. Right. So today I'll be, and I have his permission to say this. I didn't want to say this today. But it's like, I'm so sick of the lies. So today, the reason that's up there is I paid $100,000. I wrote a check for $100,000 today. You ever do that for legal fees? Just another $100,000. Boom. Because that's how much this shit costs. This shit is not fucking cheap. I have two great lawyers, right? And they work off a retainer. I mean, so Bradel I hired for a flat fee early on, and you've seen that on there. I don't care. I'll just say it. So it was 125, right? And then another 100 when I went to jail because that was not included in it, right? And I got receipts for all that. And so how 𝗏𝗏𝗺 worked, right? When 𝗏𝗏𝗺 came on board, I would pay 𝗏𝗏𝗺 incrementally. You know what I mean? 20 here, 25 here, 20 here. You know, like that's how, like the more work he did, I just keep paying him, you know? And now with a huge like year in front, like, you know, with all, like we got to do the fucking motion to recuse. And, you know, if suppose the case gets dismissed, then obviously I would get some of that money back. Okay. The 100 G's. Right. And, you know, I paid, you know, 20 here, 25. It added up. I think what 𝗏𝗏𝗺 was like 110. That's what it's up to so far. And then another 100 today. Okay. And I told him I was going to say this. I usually don't like saying this, but I have to correct misinformation. I'm not going to rely upon. Okay. So by my calculations, just in legal fees alone, that's $435,000. That's more than I paid for my fucking house. $435,000. Right. And when these charges get dismissed, do you get that money back? No, of course you don't. That's not how it works. You don't get a refund if you're acquitted. All right. That's not including the extra. I believe I've paid $30,000 in fees to private investigators, another 5 G's or so to, we had to hire like a Cellbrite expert, and God knows what the fuck else I've missed. Fees, all this shit. When you add it all up, man, it's close to $500,000. All right. So it's just a complete lie, And if you look at the 𝗫𝗴𝗃, right, going into tonight, there was $282,000 in it, right? That's how much I have raised. Now, let's suppose, I don't know what when I added all those numbers up right there, I think that came out to 460, right? At least. And I'm not telling you this because I don't like doing this, right? But lawyers are not fucking cheap, man. Oh, and that's not including an extra 20 for New Jersey, the trial I'm in New Jersey. What? Because I exposed the woman who was, pretending to be Paul O'Keefe's online girlfriend to fuck with him. Like I said, I exposed who she was, and she went and got a temporary order, and now I have to beat this in court, and that costs a lot of money too. Okay, so those are my, Darren Gelber and Linda Kenny Bodden. All right, and you got to pay for, it's in Atlantic City. You got to pay for the hotels. You got to pay for all that shit. Shit's not free, and so this stuff costs money. And so, yeah, if you add that up, we're getting close to $500,000. Let's just say, I think it was like 485 just on what I've done alone. No, 30, 465, 490. So we're up to 490, and well, with expenses, 500. Okay, so $500,000 I have paid. That's how much it costs to be arrested. $500,000. All right, and you got 500. I mean, it's crazy. So when all these people are like, oh, he's making so much money, he's doing this, bitch, you got $500,000, and like that's what I've had to pay. Okay, and I've raised, as you can see, how much have we raised in this? $282,000. So yeah, that's why I do Wilbur shows, right? That's why I do Canton Trivia Night. That, you know what I mean? That's why I do all that stuff. And so it's unfortunate that my finances were put out there. What's even more unfortunate is that they were inaccurate. And I got receipts for all these. Not that I need to fucking show them, but I got receipts for all these. If you don't think Mark Betterow is worth every fucking penny of that too, you're out of your mind. He's a Manhattan attorney. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what his hourly rate is. I don't even want to know, right? I don't even want to fucking know what his hourly rate is. And because I'm sure it's not fucking pretty. And I'm sure like it'll make you sick thinking about that. And you're like, God damn, what would I do if I wasn't selling out the Wilbur? Like, what the fuck would I do? So yeah, I would have a shitload more money if I didn't get arrested. That'd be great. But unfortunately, this is what it costs, So I really appreciate you guys helping out. And honestly, it sucks. I can't even make content anymore these days. I don't even know. People like, what stories have you broken since the Kearney trial? Motherfucker, I don't have, with what time? With what time? Every day I wake up and dodge bullets, not actual bullets, but like haters coming at me. And I got to deal with my own case, right? That's time consuming too. I've been consumed in trying to save my own life. So I don't have time to like break stories like I used to break stories. That was kind of the whole purpose of arresting me in the first place, right? And I don't have time to cover shit, like I like to get to, So, I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy number. So tonight, I decided to put up the, the Give, Send, Go instead of the Turtle Chat. And, you can comment on there and I will read your stuff on there instead. All right. Because yeah, it's just easier that way. That way it goes right to my legal defense fund, etc. Because I have the money separate. But yeah, that's what they wanted. They wanted to break me. They wanted to like make it. That's what they do to you. They make it cost so much money. And that's why people get court appointed attorneys, right? Because who the fuck could afford this? You know what I mean? Who could afford this? It's a house, bro. It's a house. And that's the going rate. You know what I mean? Like you can get more expensive than that. You don't want to know what Alan Jackson's hourly rate is. All right. So it's like effectively the same thing. You can leave a comment there the same way you can tonight. So let's start by, I'm going to refresh this. Give, Send, Go. Okay. All right. So tonight, let's see what we got so far. CJ Laz sends $50 and has no comment. Thank you so much, CJ Laz. You can also do Cash App if you'd like to. I'll still do the Cash App. $sign Uncle Turtleboy. So thank you for that. Next, Kat sends $50. Whew, thanks, Kat. And says, the noise is loud right now, but you have true supporters on your side. I know I do, man. I know you people do. Well, what you like the bingo cards you're doing? The mindless mob. It's funny that like the language that people like Plevin use now, I mean, I apologize, that people like Mike Crawford use, Vagina Mike uses, is indistinguishable from Plevin. indistinguishable when it comes to me. They like cult, mindless mob, like it's the same thing. It is like when you get the funniest part about Turtleboy derangement syndrome is that when you get it, you don't even realize you have it, and you just completely change your behavior, you know? So is what it is. And so, yeah, it's been like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had time to do anything, right? It's been fucking crazy, man. Dodging bullets, waking up every day, right? Trying to keep everything in order. But I got bad news. I mean, think about this a year from now. Think where we're going to be. That's what I always had to remind myself. When I was in jail, that's what I had to remind myself is, yeah, this sucks right now. This fucking sucks. Longest 60 days of my life. You know, every fucking day dragged on. You'll never experience 60 days that long. The length of it seemed insane. You're like, oh my God. You get out, it fucking flies by. It's like crazy. Back to reality. But like in there, it's horrible. And all you can do is think. And so I would just try to think positive and think about like what it's going to be like. You know, we got a trial coming up, got a verdict coming up. I was still thinking the FBI was coming. That's obviously doesn't look like it's happening, but you never know. You know, I got my case coming that we're going to beat. We're going to beat all this shit. I got a movie deal, a freaking documentary deal. I didn't even have the compelling deal at the time. I had to deal with a different company, but you know, the documentary's coming along. We got a sizzle coming. We got a reel. We're selling this shit to, it's going to go to the highest bidder. Like, it's going to be dope, man. The documentary's going to be dope. Hopefully it comes out in the spring. It's going to be here before you know it. And I just cannot wait for the success to happen. I mean, think about where we're going to be a year from now. You know, my charges will be done, right? Because the trial is scheduled for December 1st. So it can't go later than that, right? So we know we're going to be done. And, you know, after that, like, where are they going to be? Like, where are all the people trying to take all the people that, we're taking him down. He's getting exposed. Where are they going to be? Where? They're going to be where they always are. The aisle of misfit, unfuckable losers. That's where they're going to be. That's where they always go to. It's a big aisle. It's getting crowded. And they're new. Some of these people are new and they think like, oh man, we got bitch. This ain't nothing, man. This is nothing to me. Read my book, right? See what the real struggles were like early on. What do you read about a guy named Kevin Lynch and the chaos that Kevin Lynch caused on my life until I wisely made up with him. And all I had to do with Kevin Lynch used to stalk me. Like stalk my page every time we made a new Facebook page. And Facebook was really important for my brand back in the day because that's where we shared, you know, links to the website. And, you know, we would make money per click. And so Facebook was like the biggest website in the world back then. So it was essential. And so Kevin Lynch would just fucking report our Facebook pages all day. He told me that he would spend 3 hours a day just reporting it. And he knew that if he did it enough times, it gets taken down. Like the bots, the algorithm picks up on it or something like this is a problematic page. He took down over 50 of my pages by himself. Until one day I just had enough of it. And I'm like, because I wrote about Kevin Lynch. It was all because he didn't shovel the sidewalk, right? It's a story out of Fitchburg. A former guy ran for mayor, right? Checkered past, criminal past, right? Been to jail. And he didn't want to shovel his sidewalk one time. And he made a big post about it in the Facebook page discussing Fitchburg now, right? And he made this huge huff and a puff about shoveling his goddamn sidewalk. And so I wrote about it. He didn't want to shovel the sidewalk. And so I think that's the story. I don't remember. Don't hate me, Kevin. And so then one day, like he did this for 2 years and I would just expose him and I'd go at it with him and I'd make fun of him more and did this. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm dealing with somebody who's just like indestructible. Like a guy who just does not give a fuck. Who he will do this all day, every day. Like he will dedicate his life to it. So I invited him on the show. All right. Maybe, I don't even know if we still have this. I think this is back when I did Facebook Live. Had him on the show. And I'm like, look at Kevin. So we had it out. It was me, him, and Brett. Toothless Wonder Brett, my old sidekick there. And they just started screaming at each other. And I was like the middleman putting out. And I'm like, Kevin, what do I got to do to get you to stop reporting my Facebook pages and just leave me alone? And he goes, just stop sexually harassing my niece. And I'm like, what? She's 14. Why are you sexually harassing my niece? And I'm like, I don't sexually. What? That's what this is about? You think I sexually harass your niece? Done. I will not sexually harass. That's easy one. I got that one done. And then he just stopped. One day, Kevin Lynch was just gone. And then he reappeared in my inbox in 2023 as a free Karen Reed supporter. How crazy is that? Like, I've met multiple people throughout the free Karen Reed movement who I've written about, who have come to me and been like, hey, I thought you were like a fucking asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you fucking came at, because I come at people hard, you know? I write about them. I do shows on them and make fun of them. That's what this brand has always been about. And, you know, in the meantime, I would like break actual news stories. Like 1 out of every 7 or 8 articles was like a real news story, right? Whereas the others are like entertainment that fills in the day. You know, oh, this Ratchet selling his food stamps on Facebook over here. This one's trying to sell his kids on Craigslist. This one, you know, Ratchet Mania on Turtleboy. That's where Ratchet Madness came from. And then one day Karen Reed came along, and that was just another real story. But Karen Reed just occupied, you know, so much of my time. Oh, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what happened. Anyway, back to this. I forgot what I was saying. Let's read some more. I got distracted there. Kathy, I don't know if I read yours for 50 or no, that's not. I already read that. Kathy sent $50, love and prayers. Dana Nick sent $25 and goes, especially after recent lives and meragraphs on X, definitely supporting you. So, again, disclaimer, about this. I am not going to be talking about my ex-girlfriend at all anymore on this platform or on any platform. I've said everything that I needed to say. Okay. And there is nothing left to say. Like that's it. I have nothing. Everything's out there. The facts are out there. The truth is out there. If you're not, if you're not convinced at this point, then you're never going to be. And I don't really care. It's like, I don't care if you don't, but I just don't care. You know, like if you do, you do great. If you don't, if you want to not follow the content, okay. But let's be honest, you're not going to stop following. You know what I mean? You're not going to stop. No one ever stops. Like my haters, especially now that I'm monetized, you know, you're never going to stop. And you're going to keep watching it. Of course you are, because you have nothing else to fucking do on a Tuesday night. And what else are you going to watch on YouTube? What are you going to watch? Fucking Vagina Mike? What are you going to watch? JF Bum? Who are you going to watch? What are you going to do? I mean, the chat rats are killing them in the ratings. They're getting more. The Turtleboy warm-up shows, right? The Turtleboy pep rally shows, Rat House Media and Ray from Dallas get more views than Vagina Mike does anymore, you know? And they just started. So, yeah. We're going to be killing it, man. A year from now, this is going to be dope. All these people are just going to be, we're going to be like, oh, yeah, remember those guys that thought they could take Turtleboy down? Oh, yeah, that was cute. I can't even keep track anymore. I've been told, I mean, Kim Fair's been trying to take me down. Mike Gaffney's been trying to take me down for years. And they don't care. And so, like, they sometimes they fizzle out, but sometimes they stay. And they're like, this is what we're going to do. Dump truck, Shannon LeBerry with the Turtleboy Secrets Chambers thing there. Like, she's obsessed with me, like obsessed. And good. Love it. Because I'm still on topic. Anyway, let's read some more here. Yeah. Oh, and so not only am I not going to be talking about it, but I don't want I'm not going to read donos about it either. Okay. I will acknowledge you. I will acknowledge what you've given and donated, and I will announce the amount, but I'm not going to read it if you write it about Meredith. So this is not going to be like we're done. We're out. We're done. Period. All right. Next. Wendy sends $100. Thanks, Wendy. And goes, I am happy to help you defend the truth in free speech. Well, thank you so much, Wendy. $10 from anonymous giver. And they have no comments at all. Static. Great. Wendy, or the other one. Let me read some more. Refresh. Okay. Whew. Coming in nice. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Laleen sends $25 and goes, the chat rats have got your back, Turtleboy. It's great seeing you guys in that this evening for the pregame. Nice to see you again. It's nice to see you guys in there. Jess sends $100 and goes, we appreciate you, Daddy. Thank you for fighting for the First Amendment. No mercy on the blank. Okay. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. And thank you for calling me Daddy. Charissa sends $10 and goes, hey, Turtleboy, sorry, couldn't be more. Stay strong. Will there be another Wilbur show? Yes, in the spring. Hopefully announcement coming on date soon on that. Okay, so thank you. Next. Auntie Chrissy sends $20 and goes, we have your back, babe, always. Well, thank you so much, Auntie Chrissy. And I really appreciate you having my back. Anonymous Giver sends $10, goes, love you, Turtleboy, sending positive vibes. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Cheryl sends $25 and goes, no words for what I have seen go down the past few weeks. I support you. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it is with me. It's like, no words. Just let it play out. You know what I mean? Colts are done. Yes, they are. They're fucked. Sends 150 and he goes, you deserve to be free. But can you please say the Colts really gave a great try? Started off good, but then reality hit. What happened to Anthony Richardson? You guys are getting like old man Rivers back. What happened to Anthony Richardson? I don't know. Next. Jenna Fire sends $5 and goes, all the love from Arizona. Team Turtle always. Thank you, Jenna Fire. Chantel sends $53 and says, $53 in honor of my 53rd birthday today. Nothing better than a TV live on your birthday. Well, thank you very much, Chantel. I really appreciate that. Next. EB sends $25 and goes, ridiculous that you're still facing these charges. The people who divided the movement have no interest in justice, just drama and virtue signaling. You don't have to think you're a saint or agree with everything you say or do to recognize how wrong this is. Exactly. All right, next. Anonymous Giver sends $50 and goes, we got you. Stronger brother. Well, thank you, Anonymous Giver. Chad sends $10 and goes, I just want to give a shout out to my wife, 𝗕𝗄𝗄 𝗄𝗏. She's been following you from the beginning, and I know this will make her day. Well, happy shout out to Tracy. I appreciate that. Holy fucking shit. Damn. God damn. Anonymous Giver, whoever that is, just sent in $1,500 to the Legal Defense Fund. And they didn't even put a comment. No, they did. They said, we have you all the way. Thank you so much. What a very thoughtful way to do that too. You don't even say your name. You don't even want the credit because you just support it. That was really thoughtful. So thank you. And I'm like trying to explain my business model to 𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'm like, about like, I'm like, oh, like, I told him, I'm like, can I say how much I paid? Because like, that's what makes the community want to rally around me. Cause like, I'm dodging bullets up here for the team, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm fighting for all of us up here. Cause if I can't speak, then you can't speak. No one can speak. Right. And like, so like, that seems like a lot, but eventually I'll raise it, but it's like whoever the fuck that person is that just gave me $1,500. I don't even know their name. I don't know what they do for work. Right. They could be a doctor. They obviously do well for themselves. They can afford to do that. But like, maybe they're a doctor or a lawyer or a CEO or, a financial planner. God knows there are so many people out there of all means, poor, middle class, upper middle class, rich, you name it, homeless, a lot of homeless people, the contingent of, they give me donuts sometimes, but like I'm going up against we saw what happened with Karen Reed. You saw what happened when they have unlimited resources, right, to take you on. And like, that's what they have. So I couldn't do it without you fine people. So that's a lot, man. God, I love you people. Brenda sends $5 and goes, You have more supporters than you have haters. Just remember that anytime they get to you, we love you, Aiden. Stay strong. Oh, thank you, Brenda. And I do. And I know that. And again, so it ain't easy sometimes, you know, but you have to remind yourself, Twitter ain't real life. Twitter is not real life. It's an ugly place on there, right? And you can curate it and make it so that, like, if you block everyone on your account and you only have, it makes it look like you have more support than you actually have. You know what I mean? Or if you leave your, like, 𝗵𝗏𝗏 for, I don't say a lot of nice things about 𝗵𝗏𝗏, and I never will, but like, she doesn't block people a lot. So that's why in her replies, she gets fucking destroyed. That's how you can tell she doesn't block people, because her replies are filled with negativity, right? Because, and anybody on that side whose replies are not filled with that, you know, they block a lot, right? So we are in the vast majority. There are so many people out there that support me and what we do over here, and the free Karen Reed movement and all the justice movement, etc. So thank you so much. Next. Anonymous giver sends $25, goes, hey, daddy, keep your head up high in the face of challenges, critics, and all the obstacles thrown your way. Your strength and determination continue to shine. You've shown courage when it would have been easier to back down, and that inspires more people than you know. We are standing with you, proud to support you, and confident that brighter days are ahead. Stay strong. We believe in you. Well, thank you so much, Anonymous. And brighter days are ahead. Angie sends $5, goes, I'm glad to donate to your defense fund. I hope that in spite of all the chaos going on behind the scenes, that you still find for you and your kiddos to enjoy the holiday season. I am sending lots of love from Idaho. Nice. Some potato turtle riders. Nice. Angie and the potato turtle riders. We love you, Aiden. Thank you. Kath sends $25 and goes, you are fighting for free speech, and that affects everyone. Exactly. And without free speech and a First Amendment, we don't have a country. Like, the whole country falls apart. That's the premise of my book, is right. Without the most important part of a democracy is the right to speak freely and to share your opinions. And, like, what did I get charged for? Right? What did I get charged for? By coming on the show and making jokes and stuff, right? And doing impressions and making phone calls, but also activism, also showing up. Like, the rolling rally is the thing that they all point to. Oh, we did the rolling rally. So what? That's not witness intimidation. You know how I know it's not witness intimidation? Because the Canton Nine were not charged with witness intimidation. They tried to charge them with witness intimidation, but luckily I raised the funds and gave $1,500 of my own dollars to the Canton Nine so they could have lawyers so that they were never charged, right? And they were outside of Chris Albert's business, holding signs, doing their thing, right? I went to Jennifer McCabe's home outside of it and did the same thing. You're allowed to stand outside of people's homes and their businesses and make your feelings heard. Okay. You are allowed to do that in the United States of America. And you're allowed to go to lacrosse games too. That's also free. Believe it or not, the First Amendment also exists while Jennifer McKids are playing lacrosse, whatever they're playing, right? You're allowed to do that. So, and like Richie said, there were hundreds of people there. Exactly. Nice. Next. Okay. Kath send, no, we were the one. Liz88 sends $20, goes, thanks for all you do, especially in my Norfolk County, in County Norfolk. You're a stand-up man and a wonderful son. We're all behind you. Oh, thank you. Silly Girl sends $10, goes, I wish I could afford to give more, but here are a few of your Bradle and Betterow bucks to help you guys fight for the First Amendment. Stay strong and keep fighting. Thank you so much, Silly Girl. On behalf of Stupid April, ooh, nice, sends $50 and goes, because she's still working, but ready to get twerking for you, Daddy. You better, Stupid April. You better keep in shape for Daddy. You like that. All right, next. What do we have here? All right, Cash Apps here. Cunty Heron sends $10 and says, reminder that Karen Reed is an ungrateful cunt. That's an opinion. I will read the chats. I used the C word with her once, and I'm not going to try to do it again with her because Proctor called her that. And they're going to be like, but I'm also not a detective investigator in a case. And I said it in defense of her. I said she wasn't a murderer. She was a C. You know what I mean? So I was kind of paying her a compliment when I said that. Like It's also a joke. I do comedy here. It was kind of funny the way it sounded. Like a lot of people pointed that one. So yeah. Okay. Let me just refresh this one. I think that is this going off? All right. Let me just refresh the 𝗵𝗴𝗀𝗀𝗀 here. Man, raise a few grand. Let's see. Okay. Janice Donovan sends $100 and has no comment. Thank you so much, Janice. Moto X Angel sends $25 and says, Merry Christmas to you and your family. May peace be upon your heart soon. P.S. I heard Santa is going to have a coal party for the house clowns. Oh, okay. G. McKenna sends $100, goes, I support you and thank you for all you've done and will continue to do. God bless you. Thank you so much, G. McKenna. Toonie Callie sends $25, goes, teach those corrupt prokaryotes, okay, I don't know what that means, a lesson. I want to slurp their tears and dance in the street when justice comes for them. Okay. Hashtag 𝗕cie. All right. It's Fleety sends $20 and says, keeping the monies on 𝗵𝗴𝗀𝗀𝗀 will make it easier for KP to add up your donos. Yeah, that's true. She does like to do that in her spare time, according to that email. Remember that? How crazy that email was? All right. Joe sends $100, goes, you are stronger than them all. Keep up the good fight. Thanks for all your sacrifices and hard work. Well, thank you so much, Joe. Linda sends $10, goes, keep on keeping on, fighting all the corruptors. You are wonderful, and we are blessed for the Turtle Theater Daddy. Thank you so much. Jennifer sends $25, goes, what an inspiration you are. Chin up and keep your journey trucking. Thanks, Jen. Anonymous Giver sends $5, goes, Aiden, you are a kind and smart guy. And always remember, you're a good person, and you're from a good family. You have fans who have your back. Stay courageous, bro. Well, thank you so much. Anonymous sends $5 and goes, can you please go to look at Loophole Lawyer's video? He posted today. It is hysterical and goes along with the theme of what you're going to be talking about tonight on the show. I will definitely give that a check out. Wendy sends $100, goes, your voice matters now more than ever. You had the courage to stand up and advocate to corruption. Keep on pushing for the truth and defending the rights of all to express themselves. Stay strong. Well, thank you so much, Wendy. Anonymous Giver sends $50 and says, all the prayers, love, and support. Well, appreciate that. So if anybody else wants their messages read aloud to the class tonight, the 𝗵𝗴𝗀𝗀𝗀 is pinned to the top. You can donate there, or you can cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy, and we can do it that way. Okay. So without further ado, what are we at here for? All right. Over 6,000 people watching. Nice to see. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about tonight is this new channel. I have not watched this. Okay. I thought we could all use a good laugh tonight, right? Get back to making fun of, wait a minute. Did they take it down? Oh my gosh, it's down. Okay. Well, they've taken it down. What are we going to watch? This thing is gone. Luckily, I've had it queued up for like a week, and all I have to do is press play and it will go on. But if I hit refresh, it'll be gone. So this Tuesday Gazette person, she's an anti-Karen Reed person. They have some sort of channel here. Okay. And they are, if you're on Twitter, you might notice some of these homely looking females. You've got the blonde one, who's not bad looking, but you could tell she's just like a really bad. I mean, you look at her, you know when you see a bad, you know a bad lady when you see one. I mean, just because she's pretty, you got to be honest, she's pretty. But look at her face, look how angry she is. She would not be fun. She would not be exciting. These are the Karen Reed is guilty people. Okay, these are the retards on Twitter who say it. The one in the bottom right hand corner is the Glare has streamed this already. Cool. Well, I haven't watched it yet. Melody played. I know I'm late to the party. But this has been on my list of things to watch. You're not missing much. None of them. Okay, it's still there. Did they change the name of their channel? Is that, I heard they changed the name of the channel. Maybe that's why the URL doesn't work. What is this one saying? Okay, getting a text about it. Yes, 𝗬𝗏𝗃 is a cunt. Yes. But Loophole also shared them on his vlog. Okay. Yes, that her name, I think Tuesday Gazette, is that what she's called? You know, and then what's this one with the glasses and the bad camera? Okay. I mean, look at her. Look how miserable these women are. Look at them. Oh, we're going to message here. Hold on. Fourensic room. Okay. It is now called the Fourensic room. So let me go to that. Fourensic. Oh, okay. They have home videos. Let's see. Did they take this one down? Interesting. All right. So I don't know if this whole thing's going to play, but if I like rewind, if it won't work, because this is gone. This is not on their page. Did they take this one down? I don't even know. But this one, I think is that the, oh my God. I don't even know. Look at her. Why are they so miserable? All of them. This one at least knows 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, so she has a reason, you know, to want to cover this up. The others are just retarded. And then, of course, there's Big Red at the bottom left here. So let's see what they're having to say about this case.
The house, and
oh, wait, where'd it go? The video's gone? How do I watch it? That was my entire show. Was making fun of them. That was the whole show. Hold on. All right, let's go back to their page. That was the whole show. I should have downloaded it. How long is this? 5 minutes? Home playlist. It's gone. Wow. Holy shit. Where can I watch it? Let's go to Loophole Lawyer's thing then. The Glaire's got the whole thing. Let's go to Loophole Lawyer to start with. Okay, let's check it out. God damn.
Her SUV.
Ian also did a experiment where he drove with his phone. If the phone was docked or put down, it didn't count steps.
During the time for which John approached the breezeway, there were many ridge surfaces, but there's one in particular that many of the witnesses swore was located not where John was walking, but out by the mailbox.
There is no way to get into the garage from the house.
See him go to the door and start to cross the threshold.
He walked into the house. I think he was confronted, was likely brought down to the basement.
These four women believe that Karen Reed struck John O'Keefe with her SUV on that fateful morning. They have a new YouTube channel, and it's very important both sides listen to each other to figure out who actually killed John O'Keefe,
Brian Higgins,
and when he did it.
I think that confrontation got physical. He was beaten to a point of unconsciousness.
The location data that shows accurate tends to show around the flagpole area.
Right, why'd they take
when you
all
look
their
at that
lives
picture
down?
of the house, there's the front door.
Did they say why they took all their lives down? Oh, I wanted to have some fun with that too. Oh, wow. Missed it. Anybody download it? We'll see. I don't know if Will's watching. Did Will do a whole stream on it?
There's the breezeway door. And then there is a side door. That side door goes into the garage. There is no way to get into the garage from the house.
This is a view of the breezeway for which Karen Reed claims she saw John enter on that fateful morning. We're not sure if he actually entered the house through this door on the left here, or potentially went into the garage, which is the door right here on the right.
In order to get into the garage, you have to come out of the house. Like, let's say you're at the breezeway, so you'd come out of the breezeway and you would enter that side door, or you could go through the overhead doors. Once John was in the house, he would have had to been walked back out of the house and either walked through that side door or the overhead doors.
She's making a great point. If you believe John entered the house after he exited Karen's SUV at 12:24 and approximately 28 seconds, he would have had to then come back out of the house and then go into the garage if he actually went into the garage.
The important part of that is the 36 steps. There was only 36 steps.
At 12:31 and 56 seconds, his phone starts to record movement, and it ends at 12:32 and 16 seconds. After that time, there was no recorded movement on the phone.
It's not possible for him to have gone in the house and then come back out of the house. Please remember that there is no way, once you're in that house, to get into the garage without going outside again.
She's making a great point. Had John O'Keefe been in the house right after he exited the vehicle, there would be movement on the phone from the house into the garage. Our current hypothesis is Brian Higgins attacked John O'Keefe at approximately 12:25 a.m. as soon as he exited the vehicle before entering the house. And the subsequent interactions and movement of the phone were not when John was alive, but after he was attacked.
So in the first trial, the defense was fitting their theory to the information they had, and they had that stair flight information. That stair flight information happened before they arrived. They were fitting it to that. That's why they had him going in the house, up and down the stairs. I did see a comment that was saying that the street was mostly flat. 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗺 did actually go through that too. He pulled up the topography map.
We see that all of these location points match the pattern of the road layout.
Each one of those data points was recorded on John's iPhone. They matched the exact route of the road that they took to get the 34 Fairview.
Again, it indicates how reliable the data is because the location data that's recorded recognize the vehicle slow, come to a stop, and then continue after the stop sign.
Is Maplecroft Road in Canton?
Yes. So at 24 minutes and 20 seconds, we see the device is already on Fairview Road.
In trial number 2, 𝗵𝗵𝗃, with his data, evidenced the exact time John O'Keefe's phone pulled up the 34 Fairview.
24 minutes and 28 seconds, traveling at 14.5 miles an hour, at which point it's approximately outside number 34, around the driveway area. Finally, the device comes to a complete stop at 24 minutes and 38 seconds. The information I found on John's phone was essentially these 5 records. So between 11 minutes and 9 seconds and 21 minutes and 5 seconds, there were 170 steps recorded by the device.
Time period between 12:11:09, 12:21:05. You don't have any independent information where John O'Keefe or his cell phone were, do you?
The location data that I showed to begin with on Washington Street was around 12 minutes after midnight.
This data is very critical and was pulled from John's Apple Health data. It indicates any movement of the phone during the relevant time frame. Between 12:22 and 14 seconds and 12:24 and 37 seconds, John's health data indicated that he ascended 3 flights of stairs. In trial number 1, we incorrectly assumed that was John going up and down the basement for which he was beat. That's simply not true based upon the data.
So the presumption is that's where the location was at that time. And then 21 minutes and 5 seconds, the device had already started using Waze. It was already driving.
What time did you say that Waze was initiated?
It was approximately 19 minutes and 30 seconds.
At 12:14, John O'Keefe sent a text asking Jen McCabe where to.
John sent to me where to at 12:14.
In response, Jen called him and provided him the address 34 Fairview.
We called 12:18 and 47 seconds. That call also was answered by you, John O'Keefe.
Oh, by the way, question. I don't know why I just thought of this about the movie. All right, here's a random question I want to ask you guys, and remember this one down the road. I'm just going to throw it out there right now. Okay, just remember this question. When the movie comes out, who do you think should play Kerry Roberts? That's what I want to ask you guys right now. Who do you guys think should play Kerry Roberts in the movie? I want you to remember who you think is going to play her, right? And then, because you'll never guess. I don't think you'll guess. Who do you guys think will play Kerry Roberts in the movie? I just want to hear what you guys are going to say about that. I just thought of that. Katie Holmes? Ooh, that's not bad. No, Katie Holmes. Stop it. Kathy Bates. What else? Oh, God. Celtics, Sox, Pats, huh? Interesting. Where are you guys getting this shit from? Okay. Anyway, just remember that one. Remember that one. All right. Back to this.
Made that phone call, correct?
Correct.
Then John entered 34 Fairview into his Waze system, which was the directional app that he used in order to navigate to the house.
Again, we see at 21 minutes and 10 seconds until 24 minutes and 22 seconds, there are 80 steps recorded. Again, if you compare this to the location data, we know that the device was in a vehicle at this time.
The movement on John's phone between 12:21 and 12:24 and 22 seconds was initially thought to have been him inside the house. Based upon the GPS data, John was actually located in Karen's car during that time frame. Therefore, any theory that he was ascending or descending flights of stairs during that time frame is absolutely not correct.
Between 22
Absolutely.
minutes and 14.
I don't buy it. So then why was it going up and down 3 flights of stairs? They still haven't answered that to this day. I think you got there at 12:24. It's like that's within the 12:22 to 12:24 range, right? Right. You go up and down. You can go up and down a couple flights of stairs. You get in there, go up, down. You know. Oh, go down to the basement, come back. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in there. Bottom line is, it doesn't say 3 flights of stairs for nothing. That happened for a reason. I try to make. I cannot. I've done it a bunch of times. It's so fucking accurate. The ascent. How many flights of stairs you go up? Like it's crazy accurate. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Seconds and 24 minutes and 37 seconds, we have 3 flight climb events that are aggregated into that time period. And again, the location data shows that the device was traveling in a vehicle at that time. So the location data shows it was in the car at the time. And my next few slides will demonstrate why. So we have the first record at 22:17, a flight climb event was recorded. I've highlighted that with a red line, and that equates to the red line that shows underneath the timestamp where the device was at that time.
John's phone indicates that he ascended 3 flights of stairs at exactly 12:22 and 17 seconds. However, the data indicates that he was actually in Karen's car at that very time.
Where the device was at that time. The second record is 22 minutes and 32 seconds, showed with the green line, which shows over here.
As 𝗬𝗏 explained, the second time his phone indicated an elevation change was at 12:22 and 32 seconds, and he was nowhere near 34 Fairview.
And then finally, 24 minutes and 37 seconds after midnight, shows with an orange line down here outside 34 Fairview.
The last flight climbed, according to 𝗬𝗏's data, is 12:24 and 37 seconds, which is right about the time John O'Keefe arrived at 34 Fairview. So perhaps that one data point indicates that maybe John ascended a flight of stairs. Let's keep watching.
Health activity events are recorded upon the event completion. The device doesn't know that you're about to walk up some stairs. It doesn't know that you're halfway up some stairs. It has to wait until you reach the top in order to detect an altitude change has occurred. That change only gets written to the database once the flight climb has ended. I tested approximately 8 different phones, different models, different versions.
See, this whole thing, I'm still mad about this. He just made this shit up. I tested with all these different devices. He didn't record anything. Like, can you video record it? Can you show it? He's like, just trust me, bro. Trust me. I went and drove that the other day in my rental car. Trust me, bro.
Versions of iOS found that on average there was a time difference between 15 and 50 seconds between when I physically stopped walking up a flight of stairs and when the record was made.
Based upon his test, the Apple Health data records a flight change between 15 and 50 seconds after it actually occurred. So though we see the times that he ascended the stairs throughout the course of those previous minutes, it doesn't mean that was the exact time, and most likely it happened between 15 and 50 seconds prior.
You may recall earlier I said that it's a 3-meter incline that Apple considers a flight climb event.
That's critical. 𝗬𝗏 claims that the phone will only record an elevation change if it's at least 3 meters, which is approximately 9 feet. John's phone recorded a flight climbed event 3 different times. One at 12:22 and 17 seconds, another at 12:22 and 32 seconds, and finally that one at 12:24 and 37 seconds. And according to 𝗬𝗏's chart, there was at least a 9-foot change in elevation at the points for where John O'Keefe was when the phone actually recorded it.
And compared that information to a topology website from the area. The white circles show the altitude of that particular location according to the topology website. For the red gradient, there's an increase from 43 to 47 meters.
So is the static on the mic really bad? Because the phone's it's like many feet away, and I don't know how to fix that. Is it bad? Can you guys give me some feedback on this one? No pun intended. Is the static bad on the microphone? That's what some people are texting me and saying. I got my phone like all the way over there. Let's see. It's crazy how Brendan didn't let 𝗬𝗏 answer 𝗚𝗏𝗍 when he asked 𝗬𝗏 what the results were of his driving tests on the road the Commonwealth claims caused the stairs. He didn't let him ask. I thought he said that it went up and down. I thought he said that it registered him going up and down flights of stairs, that it caused it. Somebody said, where's Turtle Chat? It's the Give Send Go instead. Same thing. Just different fund. No, it's not bad. Okay, went away. Cool. All right, back to this.
This is what we really needed to see. Was there an elevation change throughout the path John O'Keefe took on that very night? And if you look here, the number 43 and the number 47 represent the elevation at those particular points. So clearly we can see that there is a significant enough elevation change to trigger a flight climbed event in the phone.
Green number 2, again, we're going from around 47 to 50 meters. And then with the orange gradient at the bottom, we've gone from around 26 to 28 meters.
He had explained earlier in the testimony, elevation is 3 meters, right? Not 3 meters. So 9 feet. If the elevation goes up 9 feet, the phone is going to consider that going up a flight.
She's 100% right. According to the topographical maps, the elevation does change enough to trigger a flights climbed event in an iPhone.
I know you're going to say, well, they were in the car, so it's not going to count steps. Ian also did a experiment where he drove with his phone. If the phone was docked or put down, it didn't count steps. However, if he held the phone while he was driving, it did count steps.
During his testimony, 𝗬𝗏 explained he conducted several tests driving this exact very route. If he held the phone in his hand, it would record steps and elevation change. If he had it docked, it wouldn't.
I know that there's been a lot of reporting that all the streets are flat. It's completely flat. That's actually not true, and that actually was in the testimony.
It's actually not true. Bitch, you ever drove on the street? Calm down, Big Red. I know it's not Indiana flat, but around here, it's pretty fucking flat. Anyone who lives on Oakdale Road can tell you it's pretty fucking flat. It's just untrue. And it's like, first of all, no matter how steep the hill is, it's not going to show you going up and down any flights of stairs. That's just not how it works. Fat people everywhere could lie to their personal trainers and just get credit for exercising when they're not actually exercising, if that were the case. So that's completely untrue.
He showed it perfectly where those elevations were. It was while they were driving. More than likely, he was holding his phone. Where else would he put it? He was a passenger. He was looking. We know he was looking at the phone.
Ms. McCabe, we've talked in some detail about your calls with John O'Keefe on the morning of January 29th. There was a call at 12:14 a.m. That was a call that you indicated was answered. You had a conversation with Mr. O'Keefe.
So John sent to me where to at 12:14. Correct.
There was a call at 12:18 and 47 seconds. That call also was answered by you. John O'Keefe made that phone call, correct?
Correct.
And now the timeline is lining up beautifully. At 12:18, Hen McCabe calls John O'Keefe to give him directions. At 12:19, John punches 34 Fairview into the Waze app. But guess what happens just a minute later?
Yes, I said, are you coming here with 3 followed by 3 question marks?
That text was sent by 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝗃 at 12:20 a.m. after threatening John O'Keefe at the waterfall just 25 minutes earlier. While 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝗃 was sitting in his Jeep,
it is kind of a weird question to ask John O'Keefe that's how you know this guy's involved. First of all, I've seen 𝗬𝗏𝗃 at his house. He chased after me like a wild rhino. Like he ran after me. Just for going on the street. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm like, whoa, easy 𝗬𝗏𝗃. Like I've dealt with a mad 𝗬𝗏𝗃 before. It's not fun. You put a couple drinks in it, and that was sober 𝗬𝗏𝗃 too. That was Cape 𝗬𝗏𝗃. Like that's supposed to be chillax 𝗬𝗏𝗃. But no. He was full-fledged 𝗬𝗏𝗃. He came out of there, and this guy's. I've seen it. He's got a temper, and think about it. He just got into an argument with John. He's yelling shit at him, being held back. John's like doing the dance thing, mocking him, blah blah. So why would he text him at 12:20 and be like, "Yo, you coming, bro? Yo, you were just yelling at him 5 minutes ago. Why would you ask him, are you coming? How does that for what? Because it's a setup. The whole thing's a setup. I don't think Higgins did it himself. I think a few of them did it. It was an accident. That's why John got knocked the fuck out, because it was an accident. But there's no way if Higgins did this, they'd all just be like, yo, that's cool. We'll help you cover that up. Yeah, we'll take that risk. Yeah, no problem. No. A couple people were involved. Maybe 3. Colin, maybe. Brian, maybe. And Brian, maybe. I think those are your most 3 likely.
He thought John was coming to fight. John really had no idea that 𝗬𝗏𝗃 was so in love with Karen because he wasn't aware of all the texting, sexting, the meetings, the kiss.
I responded, coming to your house would have been bad for the both of us. For starters, you wouldn't have wanted me to leave.
And the ignore.
For starters, you wouldn't have wanted me to leave. He probably read it just like that when he wrote it too. Wouldn't he have? I've seen some bad sexting, but I don't know if it's that bad. That's pretty bad. What one more time, Higgy? What do you say?
Of him at the bar.
Well.
While he approached the breezeway at 34 the kiss.
I responded, coming to your house would have been bad for the both of us. For starters, you wouldn't have wanted me to leave.
And
for starters, you wouldn't have wanted me to leave. Okay. Yeah, because you're just so irresistible, Higgy. Oh man, Higgy. Don't leave. Stay here and fuck me, 𝗬𝗏𝗃. Oh yeah, give me that big Higgy hog. Oh yeah, give it to me, Higgy. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. Karen Reed boinked that. Just remember that. Karen Reed looked at that guy. No wonder she didn't tell me that. And I'm not trying to shit on her for that, but like, it's just a fact. Karen Reed had John O'Keefe, a very tall, handsome man, you know, with a lot going on. He's cool. A bit like John O'Keefe. And she was like, you know who I want to fuck? Higgy. Come on. Fuck Higgy. Like, picture those two going out on a date, Karen Reed and Higgy. Could you even picture it? Because he's so fat and she's so skinny. And it just wouldn't look right. It just, you know, he would wear a hoodie too. You know, he would not like get dressed up at all. You know, when Higgy goes out on a date, he just throws on the Harley sweatshirt, some jeans, maybe his dress jeans, throws on his Nikes, gets in his fucking Jeep, you know, takes the plow off because this is date night, and goes and picks up Karen Reed. We're going to go to the fucking hillside. Ooh, low comps over there, baby. Just picture, I every time I look at this guy, I'm like, bro, Karen Reed, like, there's hope for everybody. Like, if you're like a disgusting person out there, like you're a slob, you like wake up every day, you look at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, oh man, I'm fucking gross. Look at me. I need to go to the gym. Fucking nasty. I hate my way I look. Oh, my fucking belly. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I can't even see my dick. Oh, whatever. You know, just remind yourself that this fucking guy right here, that Karen Reed looked at that man and she said one word. Would. She just said would. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Whatever. She did. It's like she looked at him and was like, yeah, fuck it. I'd fuck him. I don't know if she fucked him. I don't know if Karen. I'm not saying Karen fucked. Do you guys think she fucked him? For real. Should we do a poll in the chat? Let's just ask the question. Should we ask that? Is that wrong to ask? Is that wrong to ask? Is that inappropriate? I'm just like, I've heard various things on that. Let's just, no, not a Q&A. Did Karen bang Higgy Bear? Okay. What does the chat think? Do you guys think yes or no? Because why wouldn't she? She went to his house. That's kind of indisputable, right? Like, she did go to his house. What'd she go to his house for? What do you do at someone's house? Let's see. 20 right now we have 500 votes in. 28% say yes. No, 26% say yes. So most say no. Most have your back, Karen. Okay. She teased them. Like, she went to the house, didn't she? I don't know. You guys say no. She just wanted attention. You don't go to someone's house for attention, do you? I don't know, but whatever. She's just like, she must have smooched him. You know, she kissed him a little bit in the house. I can picture him having whiskey dick. That's true. You know, this guy can't perform. Like, he does not know what to do with a pretty lady. There's no way. It doesn't happen very often with Higgy Bear. Maybe back in the day, you know, but yeah, some people say she's a tease. Yeah, you know, he wanted the real deal. That wasn't the real deal. It was only half the deal. Like, he wanted commitment. Higgy Bear is not some whore that you can just use his dick and move on with your life. Higgy Bear wants the real deal. He wants a full night of cuddling, and you know, he wants to talk about your family in the morning. Tell me all about how many sisters and brothers do you have? Oh, that's really cool. Where'd you go to school? Wow, that's great. You know? Oh, wow. Yeah. So what else do you like? Tell me what other things you're interested in. Wow. I just love hearing about you. I love learning about you. I love getting to know you as a person. You're really deep. Can I hug you? You know, can I tell you all my deep, dark, intimate thoughts and whatever? And just like, you know, maybe have a cry, something like that. Like, I can picture Higgy Bear doing that. That's what Higgy wants. Higgy's not here just to fuck you and leave. No. He wants the real deal.
The ignoring of him at the bar.
Well,
while he approached the breezeway at 34 Fairview, he thought he was going to a friendly environment. However, Higgy Bear thought he was coming to fight, and that's evidenced by that 12:20 a.m. text randomly out of nowhere after threatening him. Are you coming here? In Brian Higgins' mind, John O'Keefe came to fight. In John's mind, most likely he had no idea the animosity brewing inside this big boy.
What time did the location data indicate that John O'Keefe's phone arrived at 34 Fairview on January 29th?
12:24 and 28 seconds.
This portly brother is the defense's expert in trial number 1. He claims that John O'Keefe's phone arrived at 12:24 and 28 seconds, which would eliminate 2 out of the 3 flights climbed based upon the data.
I think I said here, question mark. So this one is from myself to John, and it says here at 12:27.
Then there's the 12:29 and 44-second call that you indicated was not answered from you to him.
Correct. I sent to John, pull behind me.
In the lead up to the second trial, we started to hear these things about the garage. There's a picture of Alan Jackson, and he's by a ridge because Dr. 𝗲𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧 said the only way that he would get that injury is if he hit his head on the ridge. So they conveniently find this ridge in the garage that just happens to be covered with, it looks like paint. If you look at the thickness of it, it's definitely thicker.
It's paint. It was the shutter paint. It was the paint from their shutters.
These girls claims the red paint found in the garage was from the shutters. Apparently they were painted the same color. However, I'd never learned that before, and I thank them for getting us that information. But they bring up a great point. Had John O'Keefe entered the house after he exited Karen's SUV, he then would have had to come back out of the house to eventually get into the garage. And based upon the lack of movement of the phone between that 12:24 and then the next movement, it seems very unlikely John O'Keefe would have done that, because you cannot enter the garage through the house. You must come outside and enter through either that side door or the 2 front doors. And remember, everyone in the house is looking outside at that point, and Ricky's in his F-150 truck along with 2 other people looking straight at that front yard where John O'Keefe's body would have been, or John O'Keefe would have been walking into the garage.
So I said, are you coming here with 3 followed by 3 question marks?
What time did the location data indicate that John O'Keefe's phone arrived at 34 Fairview on January 29th?
12:24 and 28 seconds.
Dr. 𝗲𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧 said the only way that he would get that injury is if he hit his head on the ridge. So
Finding a surface that could have caused the injury to the back of John's head is not that hard. During the time for which John approached the breezeway, there were many ridge surfaces, but there's one in particular that many of the witnesses swore was located not where John was walking, but out by the mailbox. I wonder what that was. Not only do I want to thank these women for bringing out their theories for which we could test, I want to go on their show not to debate, but to learn more information as to how and when the real killer,
Brian Higgins,
attacked John O'Keefe. And no matter what, we are not going to stop producing these videos until the real killer,
Brian Higgins,
is brought to justice. This crime was very simple to solve because it took place within a very small area over a very short period of time.
So it's how he always ends everything. He just blames Brian Higgins for it all, but I don't think Brian Higgins. All right, so that didn't really show us much of that, though. I wanted to see actually what these people say. Let me check out Will's. Will, I'm going to snipe your channel over here, my dude. Oh, we saw 𝗕𝗫𝗂𝗍 for the first time, apparently. This is, he looks like such a meat. I guess this is Trooper 𝗕𝗫𝗂𝗍, the guy that said, oh, fuck her, bitch. Is he the one that said, no ass, bitch? That might have been the funniest, but also most inappropriate text message in the whole trial. It just came out of nowhere. Like, they asked her, what was it? Somebody asked him, was she hot? Was she a smoke? And she's like, Fall River, Proctor says, Fall River accent, no ass. And just the comment after that is instantaneous. I think it was from 𝗕𝗫𝗂𝗍. He just goes, oh, fuck her. No ass bitch. Like, who says that? Who calls someone a no ass bitch? Where do these guys, how do they find these guys? Oh, they're such scumbags.
Let me see real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I got you, Will.
I don't want to do him dirt like that. Hold on. I need to toss.
I thought we were running into a problem, and we. Here it is. Okay.
You.
Are we live? Hi. We're live. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Talking about everything. So as Karen and her allies painted Karen as the real victim.
So. Yeah, there's my girlfriend. So
hold on.
This is. Speaking of Julie Carpenter, side of Gillette Stadium. That's not good. Just there we go. I never liked that.
This is the same blogger, by the way, that Karen's
police officer John O'Keefe
is tormenting the witnesses so much that according to him, it quote makes him so hard when people get mad at him for it.
Oh, this is me.
It's all extremely vile, you guys.
Oh, hold on. What is she? This is about me. Oh man, how did this disappear? I need this stream in my life. She's talking about me.
This is always torment.
I never saw anything like that in regards to Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
Is tormenting the witnesses so much that according to him, it quote makes him so hard
when
people get mad at him for it.
That's me.
It's all extremely vile, you guys. This is the same blogger, by the way, that Karen's.
This is just now she's just whining about the way the guy talks.
She's talking about
that
me.
It makes him hard
to
know that it pisses you off because the thing is that you're defending.
I missed it. Hold on.
Not good.
I'm still waiting on Julie. Over the past few years, there's been a conspiracy pushing PR campaign for Karen Read.
Oh, that's me.
And her team has utilized unethical tactics to control a public narrative. And I don't say this loosely. The supporting evidence is all there. Several journalists have made it public knowledge that not only was the defense team whining and dining journalists, as well as incentivizing YouTubers who were pushing the conspiracy narrative with seats in the courtroom, photo ops with the murder defendant mid-trial, and even a dinner event to.
First of all, did I get any of those things? No. I didn't get invited to the courtroom. Karen Read doesn't want to be seen with me. Like, I got the exact. See, this is how you know it's bullshit. I got the exact opposite treatment. I got nothing from Karen Read. Fucking nothing. Right? She handed me. I worked for that shit. I actually worked hard. Right? I pounded the pavement. Me and Rich have been out there since day one, pounding the pavement, looking for answers. And so they whine, like, you paid them off with a seat at a wooden bench for fucking 8 hours. That's not much of a thing, you know? And people are like, Karen used you. Wake up, Turtleboy. How did she use me? I wrote about the story before I even knew who she was, you know? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, back to this.
Applaud their efforts. They utilized platforms who would allow for PR puff piece articles like the 2-part long form articles in the Vanity Fair by Julie Miller.
That was a good one.
You all know how I have ranted and raved about Vanity Fair articles. They not only omitted vital pieces of info in the case, but they've also pushed misleading and defamatory information regarding the Google search, among other things. Here comes Julie.
These bitches on.
Hello, Julie, we're live. Hi.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yes. And I already started kind of talking about everything. So as Karen and her allies painted Karen as a real victim.
So, yeah, there's my girlfriend. So
who?
This is speaking of Julie Carpenter. Billboard. The tables of
the home addresses of witnesses.
And that's not good.
Oh, here we go.
Victim. The witnesses were simultaneously being villainized and dehumanized. The home addresses of witnesses and their families were leaked. Naked photos of the victim.
What do you mean? The home addresses of the witnesses were leaked? It's called Google. Like, you can just Google shit. Do you ever heard the Yellow Pages lady? Like, this whole thing that existed in like the 90s, it would just get sent to everyone's home. It just gave, it was called it's a gigantic books of doxing. That's what it's called, the Yellow Pages. It just says everybody's name, phone number, and address. And you can you just find out, you just call them if you want. You know, or you just go to their house. You just do whatever you want. It's alphabetical, so it's like easy to find people. But go ahead.
John O'Keefe, his autopsy was leaked. Karen's cult following sent death threats to witnesses, gave money to a blogger who enjoyed.
I never saw. Oh, geez.
Silly
me.
A blogger?
She mentioned giving money to a blogger, and it reminded me.
Is that me? Oh, nice. What's he doing? Give me money. Give me money. Come on. Is he texting me? What's he doing? Giving me money?
Here we go. I never saw any autopsy pictures of John that were nude. I saw what was shown in court. That's what I saw. I never saw anything like that in regards to Boston Police Officer John O'Keefe.
She's talking about Natalie. Natalie's seen them.
Tormenting the witnesses so much that according to him, it, quote, makes him so hard.
That's
when
me.
People get mad at him. It's all extremely vile, you guys. This is the same blogger, by the way. That
this is just, now she's just whining about the way that...
I love it. I love when they get so mad at me. She's like so serious too. You know, she's like, hold on one sec. This. I love when they talk about my greatest hits. I know. It's like, oh, he said he got so hard over when the witnesses are in their homes or something like that. He gets so hard about it. Well, a lot of things make me hard, dear. But it's not a crime to get hard, believe it or not. It's also a joke. You know, I don't actually get hard over that. Like, nothing about Jennifer McCabe will ever make me hard. I promise you that. She's a boner killer. So yeah, I just can't. I was kidding. Like, so these people don't understand satire, I guess. But yeah, they're all humorless. They're so like miserable and serious all the time. It's like, have a little fun.
Guy talks that it makes him hard to know that it pisses you off, because the thing is that you're defending murderers.
That's true.
Because science proved that Karen Reed did not strike John O'Keefe with her vehicle.
That's true.
And that John O'Keefe was not struck with a vehicle.
That's a good point.
And therefore it must have happened in the house. It's the only place. I mean,
yeah, where else?
It's just it's science and stuff, man.
Yeah, science and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know why you're up here acting like, I mean, it's whatever gets Aiden off is what gets Aiden off.
Whoa. What about getting me off? What about what part did I jump to there about getting me off?
I get it. You know, there are other things that tend to arouse me other than things of that nature, but you know, whatever gets Aiden off is what gets Aiden off. And
it's called Stupid April.
He's wearing his heart on his sleeve, man. He's letting you know how he feels. That's all. You know, you should feel flattered.
Yeah,
like you should feel flattered.
Yeah, you should.
That dude gets a chubby when he thinks of you being pissy while you're defending people who actually covered up the murder of a cop that you're acting like you're trying to get justice for.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Trial attorney David Yannetti praised as doing God's work. I'm gonna play a quick.
David Yannetti was totally doing God's work.
No,
and so was 𝗵𝗶𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
No, David Yannetti. See, Will, I love Will, but sometimes I listen to Will's show, and I'm like, oh, bro, that's not what he's saying. That's not what they're saying. So David Yannetti sent a text message to me. Oh my God, you guys get your head out of the gutter there, Allie. Stop it. You guys are funny, but what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So David Yannetti was the one. Hold on.
Trial attorney David Yannetti praised as doing God's work. I'm gonna play.
So David Yannetti told me in a text message that I was doing God's work. That's what he told me, and that is like you know, like they got that from some motion filed by Cosgrove, I think, in my case, or something like that. Because they'd already been in my phones, and they lied about being in my phones, and we got them to admit it, you know. So that was that. All right, next, let's play some more.
Quick.
David Yannetti was totally doing God's work.
No,
and so was 𝗵𝗶𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
It's not what he.
𝗵𝗶𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃 has some choice words when it comes to the cover-up of the murder of Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
What could be more egregious? What could be more misleading than that?
Yeah.
You know, I'll add it in a second. I'll add it. So there are also false rumors that the feds were coming any day now to arrest the witnesses for framing Karen Reed. Those were pushed out into the public. One YouTuber, Sean on the Gulf, he admitted that Karen Reed told him that the DA's office was wiretapped, as if a murder defendant would even have that type of information. But she sold it to them.
Okay. We do not own Sean on the Gulf. Like you guys, I'll grant you that we can't. Nobody on this side takes him seriously anymore. I destroyed Sean on the Gulf a little over a year ago.
Convinced the feds were coming any day.
Bro, first of all, nobody gives a fuck about
Sean on the Gulf.
Sean on the Gulf.
No.
And what he has to say. Nobody cares about him or his five guys or whatever the fuck. The guy is hilarious at best. At best, Sean on the Gulf is hilarious. Nobody believes anything Sean says. Nobody with any common sense who know that Karen Reed is innocent believe that Sean on the Gulf brings anything about bro, we can hear you, dude.
Hear us?
No, I don't even think everyone's like saying the chat.
My mute button here.
I wish.
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh my God.
Heard the whole time. We heard her.
Bro.
No one else heard her.
Did they say why they took this down? Does anyone know why they took this shit down? I'm generally curious. I have no idea why they took this shit down. The five guys.
No, they're saying they could hear it the whole time. Oh, I'm getting a lot of text.
So we're talking about how Karen's team and her allies applauded kind of this nasty behavior that was going on. Let's see here. Okay. So attorneys. Oh no, I'm gonna talk about this too. So people who were silenced. There were many of them. The mob was trying to silence them. Anyone who spoke out against the abuse. So we had podcasters, YouTubers who spoke out against the conspiracy narrative. And when they shared their concern about the abuse that the witnesses and victims' families endured by Karen's own cult following, it was rough. People like anchor Julie Grant from Court TV was attacked. Nancy Grace, journalist 𝗵𝗶𝗄𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, to name a few. Attorneys who have...
Like they were attacked? They were criticized. Julie Grant said retarded shit on the regular, and so did 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗺𝗆, who literally only said Karen Reed was guilty because he got mad at me. Like, it was like one of the most worst Turtleboy derangement syndrome afflictions I've ever seen. Right? And yeah, that's it.
Shared their opinions that Karen is guilty have also had their businesses maliciously spammed with hate reviews. People from the general public, their children were called vile names and doxxed. The mob wanted everyone to be silenced so that their voice was the only one.
That's
and the defense
not
actually
true.
utilized this to their own benefit. Never once did I ever hear the defense team or Karen Reed ever speak out against the victim's family being harassed. Did I ever hear the defense team or Karen or tell the public that showing up at a child's sporting event?
This is what they're. Oh my God. Can I give them some advice? No one's going to watch this shit. This shit's boring as fuck. Like, this is worse than 𝗵𝗏𝗄𝗏. You cannot, you can't have four. First of all, can we smile? Can you have a little fun, ladies? You got to have fun. No one wants to watch a channel if it's just four miserable skags. Like, look at them all. Look how miserable they are, especially this one. Look at that face. Look at her. How dry is her vag? I'm not even kidding. I'm not trying to be graphic or anything. But, oh my God. Oh my God. Like a July day in Arizona. Look at her. And I mean, none of these people are having fun. You got to have some fun with it. Like, in what you got to make the screens bigger. I don't know what shape that is. Why are you so small? You got the whole screen. Why aren't you using the whole screen? Can you? And you can't just get on here and be like the same old grievances. A blogger was mean. They were harassing the witnesses and being rude. And there was semen everywhere and the doxing and the children. And it was just really bad. And there was a rolling rally and it was all bad. And Karen Reed allowed it to go on. It's just like, bro, can you have a little fun? Can you have a little fun, please?
To scream killer.
Can you shut up for a second? Who is currently out on bail and facing 105 years in jail for?
I know that one. 90.
Speaking. Who's being silenced? What? Who?
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about?
It's a good point. That's a good point.
Family is not okay.
Wow.
Their silence, you guys, was deafening regarding the abuse. And the 40 plus hours of phone calls and the encrypted apps that Karen and her attorneys used to communicate with the blogger who degraded witnesses, push speculations, he sensationalized accusations and baseless rumors. We see
all of which are not illegal, by the way.
You, Alan Jackson, David Yannetti. It's disgraceful and it's been extremely reckless. The witnesses are saying no more. The legal system needs to get involved. Enough is enough. Conspiracies repeated as facts have real ramifications.
I mean, this is a show. She's just reading off a fucking script while these other miserable, dried up skags just sit there and like, this blogger is out of control. Bitch, everybody loves me because I'm fun. That's what's wrong with you guys. You're not fun. You guys need to learn how to have a good time on your show. Make it entertaining. Crack some jokes. Smile a little bit. Have a good time with it. Make fun of me. You know, do something. If you just get up there and you're just outraged about me, oh my God, the blogger is so mean. The blogger, the boring blogger, writes blogs all day and harasses witnesses. And they feel scared in their homes. And there was doxing and semen on all the children. Like, that's not fun. Have a little fun. This is boring. Let's go.
We saw this, you guys, with the Sandy Hook families when Alex Jones pushed a narrative into the public.
Oh my God.
That their own children were never even real in the first place, let alone that they were executed in school and that the corrupt government was behind the shooting. Or the shooting hoax, I should say. The families were not only grieving an unfathomable loss, they were enduring the most horrendous and nonsensical accusations. Other victims of many other tragedies have also endured harassment.
Yeah, am I going to get copyright? Did Will get copyright for this music? Did he? I hope we don't get a copyright.
One that has come to mind is Shannon Watts. Her parents.
Okay.
She was the.
That's you guys wonder like what's the Glaire's problem with truth and transparency? That goes back to that shit. I don't forget that kind of shit. I think she's an opportunistic asshole. But yeah, make no mistake. These people don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They vet nothing. They'll just take anybody who will go with whatever narrative they're trying to push without vetting any type of
modern true crime social media sphere. And it's only going to get worse if we don't call it out and stand up for those who need a voice. So this leads me to what and why we're here tonight. We, a group of us, are planning on doing a weekly show on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time on this YouTube channel.
Okay.
We're going to call the show the Thursday Night Show. What do we name it?
They're calling their show the Thursday Night Show. That's it. Your Thursday night show is called the Thursday Night Show. Tell me that's not the name of the show.
Truth matters.
Well.
Oh, God, I apologize. Okay, Truth Matters. Okay, I apologize.
Guess who's going to snipe all their hate views at 7 p.m. on Thursday?
Me. No, we got sex
Truth Matters
cult.
Thursdays. That's right. Thank you,
Sex
Julie.
cult.
And then
Sex
we're going to
cult.
attempt doing something on the weekends as kind of an unscripted Truth Matters.
And they can't strike me on that because it's on my own website. Because that's Turtle Club, so you can't report me. I own it. I'm just gonna steal that shit.
Scripted, and that's going to be more of just a casual chat. It'll probably be last minute planning, but for sure our Thursday nights are set in stone.
The
and then
lives
we'll
are
keep you guys
back
posted on the
up?
weekends. And what we're actually planning on doing is not only bringing clarity to a lot of the misinformation that has gone out there. We are an open book here about the case. We are going to make sure every stone is unturned. We are going to expose
The stones that you're unturning or failing to unturn are the ones that are in front of your face that you're defending.
Oh, they want me to watch. They put him back up. They just put him back up during the show. See, hold on. I got to see this. They just put it back up. Did they do this just for me? Okay. Karen reads Pinocchio complaint. What's this one? Okay.
Okay, so the Glare is streaming this live, which is actually against YouTube policy. So feel free to go report his account. I mean, clearly he has nothing better to do.
I don't think that's any original content. I think that's what he does. He just restreams people and
yeah. That's okay. Yeah, report him if you guys can. Thank you guys so much.
They're so miserable. They're so miserable. Okay.
Oh, why can't I see this now? So it says the filing is up. Do you guys see it? No. Give me one second.
I can see it in the little box, but I can't see it on the screen.
You know, it's too bad because she's pretty. I'll give her that. I don't know her name. What's the Tuesday Gazette's name? What's her name? I mean, she's pretty. She's attractive. You could bad lay, I could tell. I mean, all of them are. But like if she could just lighten up a little bit, she could be a good time. We have a lot of good time girls on our side. They don't have any good time girls. I'll tell you that much right now.
I wonder if it's because our screen.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, there it is.
Sort of. Okay, so all right, here we go. So here's her filing. And I think what is important, I'm actually going to click out of it and back to us real quickly. I think oh crap.
We're a real professional.
Here we are. We're learning. Glare, it's not for use when it's live. It's actually against the YouTube policy. You can stream it when it's over. By all means, go ahead.
Is he in the chat now?
Someone just said he says it's fair use. Fair use.
Oh.
My sir gentleman is not when it's live. Okay. So when we're looking at the document, the lawsuit, what is in the document is important, but even more important is what's not in the document. So omissions are lies by omissions. I am actually trained in statement analysis, and that is one of the most common ways people lie. And it's an easy way to lie. It can help create a storyline and remove context from things. So when we look at Karen's lawsuit, which is about 40 something pages, and in this lawsuit, she is telling her story of what she's asserting happened that night, what the witnesses did, and how John died. And nowhere in this document does she ever mention her text stream data of her vehicle. And one would say this is very important information for someone who was there dropping John off, right? That's her story. And she doesn't want to mention some of the main evidence. And I am going to bring up this for us. And again, I truly appreciate your guys' patience as I'm learning to do this. One second here. So we have the SUV data. Okay. So.
Oh, by the way, this is fucking boring.
Oh no, how did that?
It's fucking boring shit. And by the way, I said it. So Valerie says, I noticed, I just went on Twitter real quick. I see Valerie says, no way his expenses are $500,000. I'm going to post receipts for you. Every single bill I pay. Bet Valerie, how much you want to bet? I've paid $500,000 in expenses. How much you want to fucking bet? I'll bet you anything. Anything you fucking want. Put your money where your fucking mouth is, Valerie. Bet me $100 right now. Will you do it? Because you never put your money where your mouth is. $100. That I can, I got receipts proving that I paid $500,000. $100. Do it. Do it. Come on. Do it. Let's see what you got. Put your money where your fucking mouth is. I dare you to put money on that.
Oh. Why is this not showing?
It was just on there.
Hold on. That is really weird. Let me see if I can take us off. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever. Okay. So what we have here, so the things that are not mentioned by Karen is her vehicle data. So Dr. Welcher, who is a accident reconstructionist, he's a biomechanics engineer. He was testifying regarding the trigger events of the vehicle. And he did this by matching up. He did this several different ways, actually. And one of those was he matched up Karen's vehicle mileage with her known locations of the night that John had passed away. And I'm going to switch over real quickly to the other. This one will give us a better look here. Son of a gun. This is. There's got to be a better way to do this. Okay. All right. So Karen actually says in one of her interviews, and one of the officers also testified to it, is that she made a 3-point turn. If you can recall, if you're familiar with the case, or if you're not. So when Karen and John had left the bar and they were driving to 34 Fairview, they actually missed the turn to turn onto Fairview Road. And so she ended up making a 3-point turn to go back around and then make a right onto Fairview. So we have that knowledge, right? That is a data point that they were able to work off of to understand where, when you're looking at the car, when she actually made that 3-point turn and what happened in sequence with that. So the vehicle itself has something called trigger events.
You know,
and these trigger events.
It's fucking boring, dude. This is what their show is. I can't even want. I'm bored already.
Will capture.
Forget it's that garage is attached. However,
garage.
There is no way to get into the garage.
Oh God.
What he was saying wasn't objective. So he was just giving.
I'm going to go back to the Glares version of this. This is a really boring version. Hold on.
Those stones. What's up, real nerds, Kim?
Hold on.
A lot of details to get hidden, and we're not going to do that because there's nothing to hide. The witnesses welcome being deposed in court, and this is all going to be hit head on. So with that said, I haven't actually shared the biggest fun part of our surprise. I am going to actually pass on to Carrie to share with us what the fun news is.
Okay. Hey, guys. So like Tuesday said,
oh, wait. So that's not Mama Llama up here. That's Mama Llama down here. Why does everyone insist on looking like someone's foot?
And honestly, the most exciting announcement that we have is what we need to share, what I'm going to share with you guys right now. So for months, y'all have heard one side of the story dominating the conversation. And the people who were actually dragged into this mess, the people who lived it, haven't had the opportunity to speak for themselves. And that's about to change. We're thrilled to announce that in our upcoming episodes, we'll be joined by some truly special guests, some who haven't been able to share their perspectives publicly. Kerry Roberts will be joining us. Chris Albert will be joining us. Brendan Kane will be joining us. John Jackson will be joining us. A lot.
I love that shit. Chris Albert. God, I love that. Dude, I love it so much. I love it so much. It's so good. This is amazing.
More of John's friends will be joining us, and even more guests, special guests are lined up that we can't wait to introduce to you. I think the most important thing to remember with all these witnesses, John's friends, John's family, these are real people, not the characters they've been turned into online or the villains they've actually been turned into online. And our goal is just to give them a fair place to talk.
Yeah, that would be fucking brilliant if there wasn't so much video footage and evidence of these people acting like complete and utter assholes and lying in open court, lying to a grand jury, lying on their police statements, lying and lying and lying. Jesus. What's up, Olivia? Literally nobody asked for this, but YOLO.
I asked for it. I'm entertained by it.
We have a counterclaim. She named, and you guys helped me with this. It was Brian Tully, Proctor. So basically MSP, CPD, and then Brian and Nicole Albert, Jennifer McCabe. And
dude, Proctor can't even get a fucking lawyer. Proctor can't even get a lawyer to represent him, dude. It's like Proctor's so fucked.
Hold on.
So if you're an attorney out there, please correct me. Please send me a message. But basically what happens is the parties serve each other motions. And a lot of things have a tendency to get worked out behind the scenes before they hit the docket.
Thank you, Natasha.
So and then once it's agreed upon, they file that as a package, and that's when you see it on that civil docket. So
now earlier, one of them was talking about we're not doing this for super chats and blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, though, is they can't because they only have 578 subscribers. They're not monetized. They're like earlier. Yeah. When my internet went out, this was still playing. And one of them was like, I think it was Carrie that was saying that, yeah, instead of super chats, donate to the, well, yeah, because you can't get super chats. You're not monetized. You can't even run ads on your shit. Like, what are you talking about?
I love the glare. Can we watch some of the show, Will? Let's go.
You panic, Michael Proctor. Essentially, you have to serve the individuals, and then you can serve MSP and CPD, as well as Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Matt McCabe, Jen McCabe, and Brian Higgins. So she is suing them all for civil rights violations. And so then at that point, then the witnesses can answer. And they did answer after about a week. We all saw it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and they are going to move it to federal court. So the great thing about federal court is that there is no Alan Jackson show. There's nothing for the cameras. It is very serious. It is the truth. And so we're all very excited. I think you guys are excited.
I mean, awesome. I mean, I don't need a show. You know what I mean? And I don't. That's what I mean. Is like, okay. They just.
Hold on. I love Will, but I got to change it. Hold on.
She hates him. It's so fucking crazy.
Hold on.
Like,
how much information
to
police officer John O'Keefe, because his killers are still out there. According to a court of law, according to the investigation that I was involved in, these killers are out there.
Be able to speak their truth in a forum that's not going to allow the dramatics. So that is where we're at.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, thank you for summarizing all that. There's so much information coming out. And I know that
Julie hates David Yannetti so much, bro. Like,
hates him.
She hates. Oh man, hold on. There we go.
The defense attorneys, I feel like she's quite objective.
She's fair. She's fair.
Yeah. So
she got attacked on Twitter too. I think she left Twitter.
Yeah, she got her off Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, if you watched that back and forth, she was very civil and she tried to keep it above board, and it was just one of those things where you could see what happened throughout the pendency of this case. There was no such thing as civil discourse between different opinions. That was not allowed. So the second you didn't agree with the mob, it was just personal attacks, attacking the way you look, attacking things that had nothing to do with the case. And I think it's a good point that it's really sad what's happened here. We're a country that believes in different opinions, and you were not allowed to have that here. You were basically treated like you were.
What are you talking about? Turtleboy went to jail for it. He got set up and thrown in jail for it. What are you talking about?
Human being, you were shut down. Like, I think all of us at some point have shut off comments to our posts, and it's not because we're not looking for a civil discourse. It's because if we allow those comments, it's not civil discourse, right? It turns into this situation where you have a ton of burner accounts, and that's what they are when you really look at them. They're newly created accounts with like 3 followers, right. And they're just trying to drum up the algorithm, so it looks like no one agrees with what you're saying. But that's a very dangerous thing.
I love my chat
come back and say, you don't believe in free speech because you won't allow people to comment. What you're doing there is not free speech. You're actually trying to drown out any opinion that doesn't agree with yours. So then you're creating this mob. You've got 10 burners that you're, and we've seen Aiden Kearney. We've seen his burners come out, and he's replying to himself. I mean, it's ridiculousness, and it's not reality. But that's what they've done online. So I kind of went on a tangent.
No, yeah,
First of all, it's like the people that complain about that have all done that too. Who gives a shit? Fucking parody accounts. Oh no, he's got a parody account. He's cracking jokes online. Well, shit was funny. Who gives a shit? Go ahead.
You're dead on, and I think that was one of the points that Catherine had made when Aiden went at her. And she was like, for someone who says he advocates for freedom of speech, you sure want to silence people by shaming them and whatnot. And that's really, what's the point of shaming people, of doxing them? What is the point of that? I mean, your only real point of doing these.
What if her stupidity is just something that just needs?
Like, did they not realize how much their side doxes people? That's like all they do is dox. Put all your shit out there, embarrass you, talk shit about you. Like they're demented, and they're like, we're so above that. We don't do anything like that. Bitch, you're led by Krusty Panties. Krusty Panties. She's the most demented and deranged individual ever made. What are you talking about?
To be jarred out. You know what I mean? What if that's all it is? What if her stupidity is just something that just needs to be jarred loose, bro? I don't know if that's how science works, bro. I don't know. I'm just curious. And
shutting down real arguments and real conversations is because you want to silence people. So,
right? So his job was to make sure that everyone thought Karen was innocent. That was his job. His job was not about free speech. His job wasn't about the truth. It was like,
it was absolutely
he was PR
about that.
Macaroni and cheese, and he was like, saying every other brand was terrible. That's what he was doing.
Right.
What are you talking about? Dude, that is fucking fantastic. Did y'all hear that shit? Did y'all hear what she just said?
Everyone thought Karen was innocent. That was his job. His job was not about free speech. His job wasn't about the truth. It was like, he was PR for Kraft macaroni and cheese, and he was like, saying every other brand was terrible. That's what he was doing.
Right. What? Okay.
All of them, where somebody has to break the awkwardness. That's usually
going to do, which is what they did for 3 years, because then we never saw anything that they said they were going to do.
So what?
That's not a good move for them if that happens.
What's their theory on why Karen Reed why there was a mistrial the first time and why she was acquitted the next time? What's their theory on that?
I love Will, but I got to go to one without commentary because I got to do the commentary. So we're going to go back to the boring ass channel and watch some of this shit. Let's just watch some of this.
Examples, right? Just he's putting the information out there, and whatever it is whatever it is. That's just an example of how that could happen. If you go back to the clip that we, and Tuesday's not here. We had that one.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, the picture with the last step so that everyone can see that. I think Jenny made that. It was really great. It's a really great visual.
That's
so
great.
This is the
Oh yeah,
timeline.
I did make that. That's me.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. You did a beautiful job. So
yeah,
this is the timeline, and you
job.
can see that reversal event, right? You can see John's step start at 12:31:56. You can see the SUV back up.
Julie, I'm going to cut in real quickly. I meant to stop you for a second, but I wanted to address this comment. I put this person put, "Oh my God, you're relying, I'm guessing, on Guarino. He missed thousands of texts in the Birchmore case."
Yeah.
So
look at
he actually did math. So that's what we're going off of. Like the 32 or the where he would have to walk. I think he said 32 miles per hour to walk into the house and back to his phone. That's math. So I mean, you can believe math or you can not believe math. But I just wanted to
and he absolutely did not miss thousands of texts in the Birchmore case. We've been over this time and time again on Twitter. I'm not even going to get into it. He did not.
She's not going to get into it. We've been over this on Twitter. Trust me, bro. We went over this on Twitter. He did. There was 32,709 text messages that he just missed. He said, I didn't see all those. We couldn't find all those. He deleted them. I don't know how to find deleted text messages. Oh, yeah, there they are. Sure thing.
Right. If you read the reports, he was talking about the phone and he was confirming that they had been deleted. And then the FBI went in and they got them from the cloud. I mean, he didn't do this.
It's like the most ridiculous things that you twist yourselves into pretzels to make 900 people framing Karen Reed. It's preposterous. It's preposterous.
All right. Yeah. So here's the visual. If you want to take a screenshot, Jenny did a really nice job with this. But again, it's at 36 steps, right? So there's no way around. There's no way for Karen to get around the fact that there's only those 36 steps, right? I've heard like ridiculous things about how supposedly the witnesses got John back on the lawn, but you can't get around the 36 steps, the covered phone, the fact that if the phone was in his pocket and they carried him, it still would have registered steps. Anything's possible, but it is highly improbable that they threw the phone and it landed. And I don't even think that could happen either because the face Doppler check kept checking. And it was like, as I said, like twice, what did I say? Like every half second it was checking. So it would have been in the air and it would have noticed that it wasn't in a pocket state. And that never happened. So if you remember the garage, please remember that you can't get into the garage from the house. The 36 steps, there's no way around those things. And when someone starts to talk to you about location data, remind them that the defense was pulling on very low quality data. To put him there. When Ian put together all of the...
It doesn't matter. He wasn't hit by a car, bro. Just look at it. He's got dog bites. He wasn't hit by a car. Like they have all these graphs and, we have this timeline and this, bro, he wasn't hit by a car. None of this matters because he wasn't hit by a fucking car. I mean, really? I mean, and why are they doing this like 6 months later? I mean, what, so you're going to try to prove that Karen Reed did it? I guess because of the civil trial? They're really going to, like, bro, how have they not walked away? Like, you took a bad L. It's been almost 6 months since they took that bad L. And they are still going strong with the L. They're just like, I'm not giving up. We're going to still insist on this. For what purpose? You guys lost, man.
Right? So the health data, the location data, the face Doppler checks, the battery temperature. When you put all those things together, John never moved from the flagpole. And so if you have multiple data sources coming together and they give you a very accurate picture of something, it's really hard to deny it, right? Unless you go and you take the low quality. And here's another thing: if
I just can't get over how fucking boring this is. These people are so much more interesting on Twitter. At least on Twitter, it's like fun and lively, and you see them, and You're like, oh, they're going to say something retarded. They're going to get ratioed. You get to read all the responses to it. They're going to get sassy. They're so serious in person. Like is it me or is this boring? Yeah, I feel like I'm watching a human PowerPoint. Like, what is this?
Commonwealth was trying to frame Karen, and they were trying to put only things that were negative about Karen in there. Why would he even put that data in his report? It doesn't make any sense. Ian was very objective, and he presented it in a way he wasn't trying to make it that the phone never left or John never left the black hole. He was just trying to present what data was there in the phone, and what data was there in the phone proved that John was outside on top of that phone all night.
I just want to point out too, while we're
so John was on top of that phone all night. Then why did the battery temperature descend, and then flatten out at 40 degrees? Why explain that one? If it was like 18 degrees outside, how the fuck did that happen, genius? You guys even going to address that? Oh, wait, his body warmth. That's what they say is his fucking body warmth. There's a fucking cocoon somehow. It keeps it at a fresh, it's like a refrigerator. Apparently, like your stuff, it's like, what? It doesn't freeze? Your body doesn't freeze? The phone doesn't freeze because your body's on top of it? Stop it. Who believes that shit? That's like saying if you had water underneath your body, right? If you had like let's suppose your front of your shirt is covered in water, right? And you lying down on the ground in 18-degree weather for 5.5 hours. You're saying that water on your shirt wouldn't freeze because it doesn't go below it stays at 40 degrees because the water wouldn't freeze, right? Because it's above 30 degrees, 32 degrees, right? That's what they're saying right now. Stop it.
At this, look at where the steps begin, the time, 12:31:56.
Oh my God.
They end at 12:32:16. And look at where the trigger event starts. Plus or minus 5 seconds. But I mean, come on. His phone, after those 36 steps, it never moves again until Carrie picks it up the next morning around 6 something, when she's getting the blankets off the ground. She saw John's phone, she picks it up. It never moves again. And that trigger event is right in line with when his steps started and when they ended. I mean, that is solid.
Bulletproof. It's absolutely bulletproof.
It's really sad when you see it, when you read it and you look at it.
Very sad.
It's
really very sad when you're listening to the trial and like all the stuff was presented. Like Ian went through it in much more detail in the second trial. And the clip that I saved it as John's last moments. And that clip, that part of it made me so sad because he had it down to the second.
I mean, you can literally see with each data point what happened in his final moments.
Yeah. And Jenny just made a good point. You can literally see on the police dash cam video when Carrie goes over and picks up his phone.
Oh my God.
I'm going to play that later.
I can't watch these. I have to skip the timeline. Can we get something interesting?
Frankly, it just felt like a regular cocktail. It was just a really weak pour, so I asked for a shot. So for my taste, it just tasted like that's the normal strength of what a drink should be. So I had maybe 2 or 3 that are being counted as 4 and 6, and I don't know. I felt fine. I felt like I was buzzed. And then there was one drink, the last one that was given to me,
that
which
is
I would count as 3, but they're counting as my 6th cocktail. The guys that were like going around the shots, and they gave me one that I didn't drink, but I poured it in my drink. So that's now my 5th and 6th drinks with the 7th, which is the shot that all the
like why? I look back on this. I'm like, why does she talk so much? I'm having flash. Was this the documentary, or was this the Dateline? I think this is the documentary. I'm just watching this, and she's like, just listen to what Karen's saying here. I want to rewind this and put it on regular speed. And again, I'm a Karen Reed is innocent kind of guy. Always have been. But this is maddening to listen to. You're like, what?
I did, and I poured around and the normal stuff. So I would know
Okay.
my alcohol intakes, probably about 5 or 6 or 4. The drinks that they were pouring me at McCarthy's, which is where I consumed most of the alcohol, was the weakest vodka tonic. It tasted just like cold soda water with lime.
And so for all the people out there saying, oh, Karen Reed can't talk right now. Wait till she talks. Bitch, she was on trial for murder. She hadn't been acquitted when she made this, right? I knew there was a chance. She hadn't been like, she could have been... There could have been a fucking hung jury. That was a possibility. And she's on there. And she's like, you know what? I go to the bar and I'm on trial for drinking and driving, right? And allegedly killing somebody, even though I didn't do it. That's what they're claiming I am. So you know what I'm going to go on TV and say? I'm going to go on there and say that the drinks at C.F. McCarthy's are too weak. They don't have enough alcohol in them. So I need to find a way to put more alcohol in the drink. And the same people out there, it's like, this is madness. I mean, when you think about this, this is mad. Like, talk about unforced errors. And that's why I just fucking laugh at all the people who are like, she can't talk right now, bro. Her lawyers are probably advising her to talk. Did they advise her to fucking talk then? When, like, her life was on the fucking line? You know what I mean? Now her life's not on the line. It's a fucking civil suit. It's not the same fucking thing. It's not. Right? And all of a sudden, she can't find her tongue? How does that make any sense?
Not that I need it to be a martini, but it might have had a splash of vodka in it. So I said, John, this drink tastes like it has no vodka in it. He said, just get a shot and mix it yourself. So each drink was being counted as a double. So I would get a vodka tonic and then I would pour a shot into it. So that would count as two.
So she would, I mean, why? Why would you say this? I look back on this and I'm like, why? This is why she has to go be on probation for a year, because she said all this shit. This is what got her convicted of a DUI. Most DUIs are hard to get. Like, a good DUI attorney can get you off of anything unless you go on TV and you describe all of the drinks that you had. And you're like, dude, I go to see if McCarthy's, I get a drink full of booze. And you know what the problem is? Not enough booze. So I just buy a fucking shot and I pour it into it because I fucking love booze. And I was driving that night and that shit was dope. I can't believe this shit.
Frankly, it just felt like a regular cocktail. It was just a really weak pour, so I asked for a shot. So for my taste, it just tasted like that's the normal strength of what a drink should be. So I had maybe 2 or 3 that are being counted as 4 and 6, and I don't know. I felt fine. I felt like I was buzzed. And then there was one drink, the last one that was given to me, which I would have counted as 3, but they're counting as my 6th cocktail. The guys that we were with bought around the shots, and they gave me one that I didn't drink, but I poured it in my drink. So that's now my 5th and 6th drinks with the 7th, which is a shot that all the men did, and I poured it. So that one glass.
Why talk? Why? Why do we need to hear any of this shit? Why do we need to hear any of this shit? You know what I mean? Like, why? According to Alan Jackson, this was all by plan. I don't know if I buy that. But like, why do we need to hear any of this shit? You know what I mean? She's saying she actually had 3, but talking and talking and talking. Oh, I put this shot in this, and then we did a round of shots, and we did. All I'm hearing about is booze, you know? And then I was buzzed, which is another word for drunk. You know what I mean? You could say it's not, but like, shouldn't be driving. Why? Why? Again, free Karen Reed. Karen Reed's completely innocent. But Karen Reed made it harder, made it closer than it needed to be with shit like this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That I go in the water bowl with has 3 drinks in it, a vodka tonic and 2
Oh,
shots.
God.
And which is why John said to me, you're not leaving that drink here. Like, you haven't touched it and just poured a bunch of items. Like, just take it with you, which was something he always did. So then I go into Wonderful, and I put that drink down and I socialize most of the time. So that would have been like the 6th and 7th drinks. Then John orders me a drink at the water bowl that I don't drink, that he takes with him. And then there was a round of shots that Chris Howard bought that I did take. So that would have been the night.
Oh my God!
I did not consume 9 vodka martinis or take 9 shots, depending on how.
You're right. She's not wrong. You know? It's like, okay, I get it. She's trying to explain it, but like, you don't need to explain it. Like, there's no need for it. Just be like, yeah, I had like 3 drinks. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I didn't have 6 drinks. Check the receipt. I bought 3 drinks. So I don't know what the fuck to tell you. That's it. That's all you got to say. There's no need for an explanation. No need.
Counted, and the last 2 drinks I didn't touch.
To do that unless you're great. I wouldn't say I like a normal amount. Like a glass of time every 40 minutes. Okay. And so are you feeling like buzz? I know not checking. I'm just trying to get buzz. Yeah.
How did you feel after that many drinks? When you got in the car, did you feel like you could drive, and did you feel how I wouldn't have gotten on the expressway. I wouldn't have gotten on the expressway at 12:15 on January 29th. I mean, it was quiet. The roads were very quiet. You can see it on the videos. And I was going, when I've had a few drinks and I drive, I always drive extra slow. So I know my alerts aren't as sharp as they should be.
Oh, no. No, don't say my alerts aren't sharp as it. No, we know you didn't do it. No.
But I shouldn't have been driving.
Shouldn't have been driving. Oh my God, I forgot she said that. Don't say that.
Amazing how she laughs about that.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
And here comes the 𝗫𝗵𝗲𝗺𝗺 patrol, right? So they're going to be up here, and okay. So the problem is what she just said is handing it to the 𝗫𝗵𝗺𝗺 patrol on a silver platter. They're just going to eat this shit up, right? Just what, like, they're not like, I can't believe she's smiling. It's amazing how she's just smiling about that. It's so offended by this. Oh my God.
Work on her face, like
the entire time.
Guys, can you imagine saying, well, they counted as 6. I only say it's 3. I mean, it's according to what type of math you do.
Right.
I mean,
it's always somebody else's fault. I said, John, these are weak. And he said, what about it to them? And Chris Albert bought shots. And it's always somebody else's fault.
Yeah, she never takes responsibility for any of it. It's
crazy. So and then the next one is on her complaint.
Which one is? Oh, okay. Is it the outside clip? Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, I think it's the
No,
right.
I believe the evidence is all out and in part from Ian Whiffen.
Are you still disputing the 227?
Oh, crap.
Or the 6 o'clock?
Is this going on twice?
I think it's a good point, though. They had no effort.
I was gonna hit 227 for a second after. That's why you probably have that there.
They didn't dispute any of it.
Right.
You guys, what is that?
What is what?
We only saw it once.
Yeah.
I think it was a different clip.
I was gonna go into 227 because in the complaint, that's what's next.
Why do I hear a video playing right now? That is so weird. Hold on.
All right. Good job, dipshit.
Hey, Julie.
He doesn't want to hear any of this.
He does. He's
not. That wasn't the point. The point was it's a person you love who has died in a horrible manner. And the fact that you are trying to make it like, first of all, it's no big deal. Second of all, you don't even know what happened. And you're saying it's, nothing. You don't know.
I know.
Excuse my language, but you don't know jack shit about this case. You don't know anything. So sorry.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, no, he doesn't know anything.
Wait, what did he say?
Julie, I told Carrie earlier that I need to get popcorn. So
why does this say Holy Toledo? Why do they leave the same comment up the whole time?
Go off on someone, I can just start eating.
The autopsy photos for me are incredibly upsetting. Most of the time, families never see those photos until the trial, and they're shocking when they have to see them. I think you guys know. Some people that are watching this might know. My son's friend was killed, and when they showed his autopsy photos, there was an audible gasp. It was horrific, and the fact that they did that to the O'Keefe family, I will never forgive Karen and Aiden for that.
Whoa.
And it all comes down to the fact,
What did I do?
and Yannetti even said it as well, the body is the best evidence. He was a human being, and that you took away his dignity. And
because the McAlberts also took away his dignity when they murdered him inside Brian Albert's house and threw him outside in the lawn like trash. They definitely killed his dignity when that happened. What are you mad at me for? The body does tell the story. The body shows she hates David Yeti. The body does show that John was beaten up and then bit by a dog. We'll watch a little. I can't listen to this much longer. What is with Julie Carpenter's background there too? Is that cheap wallpaper? What is that in the background? I don't even know. What kind of green screen is that? Where is she sitting? Oh, they're so miserable.
Flash those everywhere, and people constantly put them on the internet. It's a horrible thing.
Horrible.
It's absolutely horrible. I don't understand how you don't get the human part of this, and how you're so desensitized to the fact that this was a human being who had people that loved him.
I mean, and it's your body. I imagine if it's your own body and your naked body is being leaked online.
But you're dead. If I'm dead, I don't care what's happened in pictures of my body. You guys can all look at my, dead cock when I'm dead. I mean, some of you guys are going to have your own molding, so it will live on forever, right? But I don't care. If you guys look at my dick when I'm dead, I don't care because I'm dead. And these people are really offended by that. I've not seen John O'Keefe's dick. I don't know if anybody else, if they've seen John O'Keefe's dick. I never saw it. But they're really mad about that. Who cares? They're dead. He's dead. If I'm like, that's what they're saying right now. It's like, can you imagine this? Listen to what you guys don't believe me. Listen to this. This is what she just said.
Loved him.
I mean, and it's your body. I imagine if it's your own body and your naked body is being leaked online,
He's dead. Imagine if your naked body is being leaked online. John O'Keefe's naked body. He's dead. He doesn't see any of it because he's dead. And by the way, you can all look at my naked body when I'm dead. I don't care. You could do it when I'm alive. I don't care. Right? It makes no difference. At least you can have embarrassment when you're alive. But when you're dead, who cares? Who cares?
Of human decency is disgusting. And I think this goes into the true crime culture here, is I feel like many years ago, there was, people who I'd say in the true crime sphere, there was this advocacy and care for victims. And since this online world has just gone amok, it's almost like anyone's tragedy has become a playground for people. It becomes their own story that they're allowed to just use and exploit. And John was a grown man, but this is still someone's son. This is still someone's brother. This is still a man who deserves dignity and respect. And the court system, we got to trust the court system to play these things out in court, not trial by media before even a trial goes on. It's awful. It's extremely disrespectful. And I really encourage people to consider how they would feel if their own son, brother, whatever, husband, wife was treated this way online.
Agreed. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that's the bottom line. They've lost the ability to put themselves in other people's shoes. Completely lost it.
No, it's like they're characters. And I think this goes into the witness intimidation stuff too, is that,
oh, for fuck's sake,
the way they have turned all these people into just caricatures.
They are.
By, again, I am very into linguistics and statement analysis. And there's things
I have never seen somebody less fun than this individual right here, this Tuesday person, right? I mean, she's pretty too. She's such a waste of a pretty face. Because she's not fun. She's not fun.
With how, and it's used in cult culture as well, is you use terms, you name things a certain way to give it its own meaning. And when you call the witnesses the McAlberts,
oh no,
you are basically trying to create them as one entity. And you're being disrespectful, and you're creating an image that they are not individuals. They are not.
Oh my fucking God. It's just an abbreviation. It's easier than saying the McCabe's and the Alberts. We just call them the McAlberts because they basically are one gigantic family. Like, you've seen their family pictures. That it's as close. If a family could be a cult, the McAlberts would be it. And these are the least fun people ever. It's not fun to use the word McAlbert. It's actually not funny. It dehumanizes them. It takes away from their individuality. And we need to stop doing that because they have their own individual names. Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, Brian Albert, Nicole Albert, Brian Albert Jr., Caitlin Morris. They're individuals. And I'm really, Holy Toledo, I am really upset about this. Oh my God.
People. There's not a bunch of people in this storyline. And it allows for context to be missed. And it's just disrespectful. It's it turned it into a game and entertainment for people to just run around with pitchforks.
Well, now they're calling them house defendants.
I was just going to say that. That's the new word.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I mean, there was quite a few people in that house. They're not all defendants, but I digress. All right, Carrie, is there more stuff you wanted me to post here?
Well, I was going to just hit on 227 just for a little bit. I know, I mean, I feel like 227 couldn't be more debunked if you tried, but as you know, I just was sitting here glancing at the Glares chat for a second. I think 20 people all posted, 227 happened. I don't know what more could be said to
yeah, Richard Green never even testified in the second trial. He did not testify, you guys. His affidavits changed. They morphed.
People say this with the
Yeah, he didn't testify in the second trial because they weren't pushing the conspiracy angle as much. They were just pushing let's get the fuck out of here. John O'Keefe wasn't hit by a car, so what are we doing? Why try to convince them? Why reinvent the wheel? Why try to convince these people of what is clearly obvious that Brian Higgins, Brian Albert, and Colin Albert beat the shit out of this guy and threw him on the lawn like trash? That's a lot of work. And they're all going to lie and drag this out, and we're going to have a whole thing. Or we could just not call any of them and just get Dr. 𝗲𝗄𝗧𝗏 up here and just say, she'll say over and over again, he wasn't hit by a car, and then that's fucking it. And then they'll kind of figure it out from there. Wait a minute. If he wasn't hit by a car, how'd he die? Oh, the house defendants. That's right.
Straight face anymore.
I don't think they're listening.
He's just rambling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally Cellbright, and then we have Jessica Hyde, who used to be the director for Axiom, something part of Axiom. I mean, these are leading professionals in the industry. And then you have Richard Green,
the top
who did not testify. So you are willing to just disregard. And I feel like it's because you don't really understand the software updates and how all that works and the parsing of information.
Right. But
we can get into that down the road sometime.
Right. I mean, we know that it was the last tab open timestamp for Safari, right? And the same time, open tab is what was used later at 6:23 and 6:24 when Karen asked Jen to Google how long to die in the cold, which, by the way, she also asked either firefighter or EMT, I can't remember what it was. I think he might have been a firefighter, how long it would take, how long someone could survive in the cold without their coat on. How would you know that John was out all night? Why would she ask that? If, why would she ask that?
That's right. If she saw him go in the house, why would you think that?
He's been out there for 5 minutes, but she asked how long it would take.
Why would she ask that? Because he was out there. She found him in the cold. That's why she would ask that. She's like, how long could he have been out here? Right? That's why she would ask that. But go ahead.
And how long it would take or how long someone could last out in the cold. Richard Green didn't even show up for the second trial. And Whiffen he didn't just explain it, he showed it to all of us in real time on the stand. He did it.
Oh, they got to Uri.
He showed you all what happened. Showed you. Clips too. See?
Okay, yeah. I think this is the one here.
Once she provided us with the fact that she dropped him off and never saw him go in the house, she was asked to provide details about her leaving. She stated that she made a 3-point turn and left.
Did anybody else, other than the people that you talked about previously, come into your house?
No.
And specifically, John O'Keefe or Karen Reed that you saw?
Was that not the one?
That is one of Carrie's, but that's not the one you played earlier where Karen was walking out of court. It's all clipped behind that.
Gotcha.
Like that's just one long clip.
Gotcha.
From Richard Green in this trial?
No.
Why not?
I believe the evidence is all out and in part from Ian Whiffen.
Are you still disputing the 227? Or I mean the 6 o'clock? The timestamp of
that's been addressed.
Are you still
And sir, when you were trying to examine these searches, that in your opinion was 6:23.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
extraction was done. 227 timestamp did not.
Oh my God, they're
right?
still talking about 227.
Then the software update happened and the parsing of the data changed. And that's when they were parsing last.
Okay. Yeah.
Not a good data analysis.
It's just so funny how with Brian Walsh, it's not even up for debate. Oh, of course he did all that shit because that's what the Cellbright report says. So end of story there. All right, cool. All right, let me read some more turtle chats because it's boring. I get bored with this shit. All right. I did not realize how boring. I thought that was going to be more entertaining. That was incredibly boring. All right, let's refresh this and read some turtle chat, shall we? Man. All right. All right. Who do we got here? What was the last one I read? Hold on. Let me refresh this joint. I'll read that one. All right. I forget which one we were on here. Don't mind me if I've read yours already. Okay. Did I read Jennifer Koski already? Sent $25 and says, what an incredible inspiration you are. Chin up and keep your journey trucking. Well, thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Linda from Quincy sends, did I read this one? $10. Keep on keeping on, fighting all the corruptors. You are wonderful, and we are blessed for the Turtle Theater Daddy. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm blessed to have you guys as supporters. I definitely think I read this one from Joe that's on $100. Goes, you are stronger than them all. Keep up the good fight. Thank you for your sacrifices and hard work. I definitely read that one. Okay. All right. So, anonymous giver sends $5. Goes, Aiden, you're kind and a smart guy, and always remember you're a good person. You're from a good family. You have fans who have your back. Stay courageous, bro. I definitely think I read that one. Okay. That one sounds familiar. All right. Wendy sent 100. I'm not sure if I read this already. She said, your voice matters now more than ever. You had the courage to stand up and advocate to corruption. Keep pushing for the truth and defending the rights of all to express themselves. Stay strong. Thank you so much, Wendy. Anonymous giver sends $50 and goes, all the prayers, love, and support. I appreciate that, Anonymous. Paige B. Is this the Paige B from South Carolina? Old friend Paige B sends $20 and just says 3 turtle emojis and a couple heart emojis. Thank you. Stupid April's in the comments. She sends $20 and goes, the fridge is down again, Daddy. I tried fixing it myself, but this job definitely requires another set of hands. Oh, I'll be right over it. But your fridge, are you breaking it on purpose, stupid April? How many times can your fridge break? I apologize. Tina sends $25 and says, for 5 minutes of counsel, best wish, fight on, stay well, Merry Christmas season. Yeah, that might get me an email. I might get an email out of that one. So thank you for that one. All right, next. Holy Toledo. Jeez Louise. Mary sends $20 and goes, there's lots of corruption at the MBTA. Read the info I sent you on the Finnerty case to see how deep it runs. I'd love to see you expose it all. Keep up the great work, Aiden, and ignore the haters and instigators. Yeah, I am so happy. Like, fuck, I never got to write about that. This whole story, this horrible story about this guy named Dave Finnerty. He's an MBTA cop who was convicted in federal court of like falsifying a police report or something like that, some bullshit, or signing a false police report. I don't know, one of his underlings beat the crap out of a homeless man or something who was like out of control. And he wasn't even there, but he signed a report that the other guy wrote, and the other guy who did the beating didn't go to jail and wasn't convicted. Anyway, Dave got convicted like in federal court. Like it got thrown out in state court. It was they're like, we can't move forward. They got nothing here, but they pursued it in federal court, and he ended up getting convicted, and he was facing 20 years in jail. And he's got 2 little girls, my kid's age too. I went over his house. They live in Rutland, and I went there, and I got to meet them, him and his lovely wife. And it was like in late August I was there, and I wanted to write about the story. I just never had time, and good thing I didn't, because he had already been convicted at that point, and he had sentencing coming up. And if I had written about it, I might have angered the judge. So I didn't write about it, because they were like, please don't, because we just don't want to anger the judge. And he ended up getting probation, but he is still convicted. So they are like appealing it. So I'm trying to help him out there, because it's just, man, imagine that. I just kept thinking, I'm like, God damn, these poor little girls have no idea, what is happening to their dad. And he might just be gone for like years. Like, imagine that. Imagine how good that ride home must have felt if you were them, that you get to ride home And like, I texted her on Thanksgiving. I'm like, just enjoy your Thanksgiving, you know, because that's a gift you got. Like he could have been Thanksgiving in jail. That would suck. Oh my God. You know? So as someone who's been to jail before, it sucks. It's definitely overrated. Next, Roast Beef Ronnie sends $10, goes, fuck you, Turtleboy. That's freedom of speech, baby. Fuck you, Turtleboy. Vagina Mike and I are slinging pizzas at D&E. Stop on by. Fuck you, Turtleboy. You're a fucking bully. Bullies are cameras. Bullies are cameras. I was showing a friend of mine some of the who she's new to this. She's new to the Turtleboy thing. It's funny talking to newer people with this, and that and just like I'm like, oh yeah, and I just showed her all the old hits. You know, we watched them all, and I'm like, oh, check this one out. She'd never seen the Roast Beef Ronnie one. You know, she'd never seen like so many of these. I'm like, she's like, so you stood outside of D&E Pizza for how long? I'm like, oh, like an hour and a half. Just stood there with signs saying like blood pizza. It's a fucking joke. That shit was hilarious. That was hilarious. Like that made it fun. And it was all just in good fun. You're going to call that witness intimidation? It's just so ridiculous. All right. Amy sends $25, goes, making history isn't easy. Your kids will be very proud of you. P.S. I'm not related. Well, thank you very much. I hope to make my kids proud one day. I do. We're at the age where my kids are starting to like pick up on my conversations. You know, they were in, like, I used to like be able to talk with, you know, like lawyers and stuff with them around because it didn't matter. But now they're going to start picking up on shit. I have to like go in the other room, you know? So thank you for that one. Next. Angie sends $5, goes, one more thing before I forget. Shout out to my girl, 𝗫𝗍. You will probably be watching on replay. Love you, friend. And my husband, Joshua, who has put up with me talking about both of your and Karen's cases over the last few months. But he also doesn't realize Turtleboy gets him laid more than he knows. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Diana sends $30, goes, free Turtleboy. Thanks for defending our First Amendment. I've never wanted to be like a white man before, but you inspire me. That's okay. That's a first. You'll be breaking new stories soon, and we'll be waiting. Well, thank you, Diana. Anonymous sends $25, goes, I'm so glad you fight for the right to free speech. Never give up. 𝗏𝗏𝗀 is worth every penny. Exactly. I'm like, I'm not doing this without 𝗏𝗏𝗀. No fuck. You're got to be out of your mind. Operation, like, I don't care what it takes. Luckily, I got it. You know what I mean? But like, that should go, like, you work hard for your money, you know, and then it's like, boom, you got to pay it. You know, it's a business expense. It costs money. It costs to do a business. All right, next. Because I can't go to jail. I'm way too pretty to go to jail. I've been to jail once. Never again. Next. Emily sends, or no, Anonymous sends $25 and says, free Turtledove. Well, thank you. Emily sends $5 and goes, cross-examination for Brian Albert in 30 seconds. 𝗏𝗏𝗀, you're an ex-policeman, right? Albert, correct. 𝗏𝗏𝗀, and during your service, you would contact dangerous criminals every day, right? Yes. You've arrested murderers before. Yes. And yet you want this jury to believe you were intimidated by a journalist asking you questions. Exactly. That guy over there. That guy. He's 5'8 3/4. Okay. 170, maybe range 170, 175 pounds. That guy over there. He is you're scared of him. You're intimidated by him. Okay. Okay. Why? What's so intimidating? Well, you know. Oh, okay. Well, now we're making sense. So thank you. All right, next. Jersey K sends $10, goes, you've done so much to expose corruption. You at least deserve your legal fees. Hold on, where'd it go? Why is this freezing? Yeah. You at least deserve your legal fees paid. Karen should be ashamed of herself. She should be helping you, not tearing you down. Just horrible. Well, thank you so much. Janice sends $100. Thank you so much, Janice. I appreciate that. She has no comment, but I appreciate that. Jill from West Texas sends $25 and says, sending all love from your West Texas tattooed internet side chick. You got this. I have an internet side chick now. Tattoo, because I like chicks with tattoos now. I'm into that. I didn't used to be into that. I really like them now. They're cool. John sends $20, goes, keep fighting the good fight. It's amazing the trolls who come after you, who previously thought the charges against you were bullshit, but now their feelings are hurt. So I guess now it's okay for the corrupt Norfolk DA to continue with the bogus charges against you. I guess they support corruption if it's directed at someone who hurts their feelings. Hope they are proud of their stance. Exactly. Like all these people out there that, like, you know, they agreed it was bullshit when I was arrested. Like, it was kind of universal amongst free Karen Reed people. Like, this is wrong. And then all of a sudden I say some things that offend you. And you're like, yeah, actually, like he went too far. Imagine saying that. Imagine like supporting me and being like, yeah, I got your back. Yeah, you're doing great work. And then like you went too far. What? Where'd that come from? So you just didn't believe it? Like, okay. Anyway, next. Jerry sends $5 and goes, listen, Turtle, I wish I could give more. Never say that, Jerry. I appreciate that. Laura sends $10, goes, do the McAlberts get paid when they are played in the docu-series? No. No. They get nothing. Thank you. Mia's Sweet Cake sends $10, goes, I support you, Dr. Daddy. You are an inspiration. Keep up the good fight and keep being you. Thank you so much, Mia's Sweet Cakes. Anonymous Giver sends $5 and goes, look at something off's latest video on their channel about McAlbert donations, fraud, and donations being removed. Okay, thanks. Anonymous sends $25 and says, you are courageous in the full sense of the word. Courage comes from the Latin word meaning heart. Initially meant the ability to speak one's mind fully. It represents the inner strength or heart to face challenges and having the heart to speak openly, a form of vulnerability, not physical heroism. Well, thank you. That was deep. Anonymous sends $10, goes, stay above it. Stay above it. That's the plan, man. You know, there's a lot of distractions out there. It's like, I just got to stay above it. Like, period. I just got to let them say what they say, you know, kind of scream into the void. I'll keep doing what I do over here. Focus. Come up with some cool news stories. Find some shit, write about it, get old school on here, and forge ahead. That's the plan. That's the plan moving forward. And it's have fun. It's all about fun, period. And just let them, I mean, the crusty panties of the world, they're never going to stop. There's nothing they can, it doesn't matter how in vain they are. Just let them continue to cry about you for eternity. There we go. Anonymous sends $25 and says, nothing. Thank you. Jello Kitty sends $10, goes, this is my first time donating. I support your cause. I've been following along since the spring of 2025. Well, welcome aboard. You came on at a good time right around the trial. So that's cool. What else do we have here? Anonymous Giver sends $50 and says, these chicks are boring. I guess we need to talk about your dick some more. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. We can never get, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about, but you know, we can't talk about that all the time. We save that for Thursday nights for Sex Cult, don't we? So let me read it. Do we have any cash apps here? All right. Ashley sends, Jesus Christ. Ashley Flood. It's hot too. Jesus Christ. She sends $250. Jesus, I like you a lot. Says, please use to clean up the semen. Semen everywhere. There's a lot of, you're right. You got that right, Ashley. Geez. That's going to be on my mind now. Lisa sends $50 and says, this librarian loves you. I know. That's Lisa Desmond, my favorite Dedham librarian from a few years ago, who, you know, she made some noise when they took away the goddamn Christmas tree from the Dedham Library, and it made national news. So thank you so much. Barry Lewis, my guy Barry Lewis, sends $24.90 and says, conspiracy to sabotage Turtleboy, 𝗪𝗧 𝗵𝗃. She's not sabotaging Turtleboy. What are you talking about, Barry? I love you, Barry, but I don't know. Hashtag _𝗪𝗧 was right. So there's that. Emily sends $5 and goes, how old is Vagina Mike's girlfriend? LOL. I don't know. I've heard rumors 72, but yeah, I have no I'm not standing by that at all. I don't even know how old Vagina Mike is. Is Vagina Mike over 50? You guys think? He probably is, right? I would guess. I mean, Vagina Mike is just so angry these days. Like, I see him online. He's like going at 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗃. Like, I love 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝗃. She's great. And she's a really level-headed lady who doesn't even agree with me on like 95% of shit. But she gets it. You know, she gets it. She follows along and she gets it. And she's been doing some interesting podcasts on this. And, you know, is she actually 73? Holy shit. Yeah, check out some of 𝗃𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗃's tweets. They're interesting. But Mike is just really mad at her. It's like, bro, he's so mad these days. But I'm so happy. Are you happy? Are you happy, Turtle Boy? Again, let's watch some of that Vagina Mike video one more time. Let's watch some of my own shit because these bitches are boring as shit. If you guys didn't see this.
And so I'm going to be stepping aside.
Crawford. And he made a really epically cringe video that I laughed at first, but then I'm like, you know what? I got to respond to this. It's just too funny. So let's take a moment and enjoy the greatness that is Vagina Mike Crawford.
Let's do it.
And it is a good morning. Look at me. I'm in my penthouse suite, having a great day. Unlike the little boy who went and cried last night and didn't tell the truth about the time he sent me.
Stop right there. The little boy who cried. Do we have to go back to Christmas in 2023 when yours truly got his bail revoked and went to jail for 60 days?
I remember
what
that.
did Vagina Mike Crawford do?
Ooh,
Let's go watch the tape.
Let's find out.
Leave the witnesses alone. Some of these witnesses are victims. That's another thing where they try to go after me for intimidation. I feel bad for these witnesses, a lot of them. These so-called witnesses. They're getting used just as much as anybody else. Like, they're being used by the state police and the...
You got that? Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Colin Albert, they're all victims in this. The witnesses are victims. Just leave them alone, guys. Stop asking them questions. Leave them alone. They're being used by the state. It's not Jennifer McCabe's fault they're lying. It's not Brian Albert's fault that they killed John O'Keefe inside the house. Just leave them alone, guys. Leave them alone.
Leave the witnesses alone. Some of these witnesses are victims. That's another thing where they try to go after me for intimidation. I feel bad for these witnesses, a lot of them. These so-called witnesses. They're getting used just as much as anybody else. Like, they're being used by the state police and the...
Big tough guy, Mike Crawford. What else do you have to say?
Right before Christmas 2 years ago. Ruined my Christmas. Didn't give two fucks. The little boy who got himself in trouble again like he always does.
Oh, did I ruin Mikey's Christmas? Just a review. Christmas Eve, December 2023. I got this audio. First of all, I'm wanted out there. There's like, you know, Bolo, the guy's out there. There's rumors that he snapped, that he beat the shit out of his girlfriend. Who knows, right? And so obviously I want to get the word out that I'm innocent. I got an audio recording of that. And so I send it to the wrong guy.
Vagina Mike.
I send it to Vagina Mike. And Vagina Mike tells me, he listens to it and then he makes a post. Oh my God, Turtleboy's innocent. You know, this audio shows that he was trying to leave and she would have let him and blah, 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 blah. And then he gets threatened by 𝗺cie𝗶𝗄𝗆. 𝗺cie𝗶𝗄𝗆 messages and says, if you play that audio, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to be in big trouble. You're next. And instead of just saying, screw you, 𝗺cie𝗶𝗄𝗆, he cries. He literally quits and does an entire whole show on December 27th and December 28th about being nice to the witnesses and just leave them alone. And then somehow makes it all about him.
So again, I just want people to know, I believe I am the subject, a target for this whole bullshit right now. And so I'm going to be stepping aside in terms of not doing quite as many live shows and not quite the same content.
That's right. Vagina Mike tapped out, took some time off. He thought that the state police were actually looking for him. You got that? This guy right here, Vagina Mike.
Yeah.
I believe that I'm a target of the Norfolk County
Does
DA
he actually believe
and the
that?
Massachusetts State Police. And I want people to be aware of it. And I also am giving a warning to the movement for Free Karen Read. Be careful of what you say online. Be careful of what you're talking about. Don't focus on the witnesses. Don't say their names, especially this woman. Don't say her name.
The state police thought he was going to be the next target because apparently doing a show that nobody watches makes you some sort of threat to the state that they're going to come after him. Newsflash, Mike, nobody cares about you. Literally, Brian Tully has never thought about you once. You do your stupid show till the cows come home. Nobody cares about you, bro. But he had to make it all about him. Mr. Dramatic, Mr. I'm a big tough guy. He's being a big tough guy today, isn't he? He wasn't so tough on December 27th, 2023, was he?
No.
They're going to go after me. Now, this isn't a definite thing. This is not decided. I could be wrong. They could be getting ready today to pick me up.
What?
But they're sure trying. And I know that they're thinking about it. And I would not be surprised if I'm part of this grand jury. Like this is a slippery slope. They're going from Turtleboy to me.
What?
I'm the guy who has the credibility that I've had U.S. Senator 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 on my show for a 1 hour interview.
Oh, geez.
It's come to my attention that I am definitely a target right now.
Are you?
So think about that.
Think about it. People are like, how could you be a target? You're not like Turtleboy. You're so safe.
You are safe.
That's where we are right now.
You're very safe.
So this is reality. This is reality right now. They're going after me. So one thing I'm looking for is criminal defense attorneys. If you have any good criminal defense attorneys, especially North Shore based, let me know. I'm looking for them. So again, I just want people to know, I believe I am the subject, a target for this whole bullshit right now. And so I'm going to be stepping aside in terms of not doing quite as many live shows and not quite the same content.
That's right. Vagina Mike quit. When the going got tough, Vagina Mike quit. He had this crazy thought in his head. Oh, they're coming after me. 𝗪𝗏 𝗵𝗏 said they're coming after me. Oh, no. Oh, no. And instead of, standing up and continuing to fight for Karen Reed and John O'Keefe and, Turtleboy, who was literally just put in jail over this bullshit. He's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to quit because I'm not like Turtleboy. I'm not made for this stuff. I'm made to talk about weed and have beef with Grant Smith Ellis, but I'm not really about actually fighting corruption and putting my life online because I'm a huge freaking pussy at the end of the day.
That's true. That is true. It's a good point, Turtleboy. Okay. All right. So let me just refresh this one more time. I'm going to end kind of early tonight. Honestly, just not. Let me reach. Let's see. Kate sends $20 and has no comment. Thank you so much, Kate. Anonymous sends $100. It goes, I think this too. Karen should be helping you. I think that bridge is sailed. It's just not. I think we're past that. You know what I mean? Would have been nice. Would have been nice. Absolutely. Would have appreciated the support since, I definitely supported her cause, but, not really a two-way street, I guess. That's fine. Next, Jody sends $100, goes, Merry Christmas, Turtleboy. Keep fighting with your head held high. Back out all the noise and distractions. We stand with you every step of the way. Well, thank you so much, Jody. You're too nice. So, yeah, am I tired? I'm not tired. It's just maybe just tired of it all. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. I'll be honest with you, real. Like, it's usually I'm like a really, like people said I seem down on the bus stop live this morning, and I am. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not, I'm down. I am. And it sucks because like when you have to get on here every night and be happy and perform and shit, right? And then you're just not feeling it absolutely, and it's just not there. You know what I mean? It's just not, like, it sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks. It's like, it's that, like, I'll get back up. I always get back up. And because of you guys, you know what I mean? But like, you just see all these, it's like, it sucks. Nobody wants to deal with, it's like like when I had like jerk off videos released a few years ago, or screenshots of messages get released all the time, or betrayal happens, all like shit like that happens all the time. It sucks, especially when it's like people that you liked, people that, thought you had, you thought they had your back, and then they're like, kind of like, fuck you, bro. Like, I'm out and I'm going to try to destroy you now. It's like, you're not going to destroy me. I'm going to rebound. But for now, yeah, you got me. You got some hits in. And it's like, and, but then you got to come in the next day and you got to get it together. And sometimes it's just not that easy. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's just not that easy. So I apologize if I don't seem like my normal self, but we'll be good eventually. We'll be good. So anyway, guys, I am out of here, but we will see you guys all for Sex Cult Thursday night, and we'll see if things are going better then. All right. Peace to you, bum crease, folks. Outie.